What's good? We back. We back with the boxing clinic and more. Y'all know what it is. Give me 1 second. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. Back on the boxing grind as usual. Speaking on some real chill boxing talk, man. And midday grind real quick, man. Slid in a live show. Talk about what's next for Deontay Wilder. Just seen a video of Tyson Fury calling out Wilder, saying he's apologizing for Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn acts because they're from the same country he from. And told Deontay, let's do it. So, that's an option, I guess. I'll talk a little bit more of that. I might say that for another video later. But shout out to everybody that's already in the chat. Talking about midday grind. I'm going to hop up in the chat on my phone. What's going on, Emmanuel? What's going on, Mark Wonderlit? What's going on, Liam Collins? What's going on, Lawrence Williams? Nah, I'm good. I don't want to see Brazil, bro, to be honest. But that's a good idea. Lawrence Williams said fight Brazil in September. Winner knows Naki. I don't know Naki. And Martin in December. What's going on? What's going on, Sheldon? What's going on, Bracy? What's up, Brooklyn? Brooklyn Child 155. I think what Wilder should do is go after Cheeseburger Miller, like Saul just said. That's the fight he need to be targeting. That dude is talking extremely too much. Now, what's going on, Carl Burrell? According to Wilder, that he ain't got to fight. He don't have to fight Dominic Brazil right now. He don't have to fight him. I think he said he had a mandatory in Stavern last December, or last November. So he got to defend his title every 12 months. So he ain't got to fight Dominic Brazil right now. So you already got a wrench, Cody. Look at your screen. You got a blue wrench on you. I know Big Baby ain't ranked by the WBC. That's because he hasn't entered their Vital Drug Plus program. But they can have Big Baby ranked. Big Baby jump into that program, and Wilder can get a voluntary as long as he makes sure he fights Brazil, which they got the same management next. So or do a deal with Brazil. I would go out my way to fight Big Baby Miller. In Brooklyn, that's a good fight. That's a fight that got a lot of backstory to it. Drill talking about he said with Deontay Wilder's baby mama way back when. Like, everybody is with a virgin. I don't know why. Who really cares? Somebody had your chick before you had her, for sure. And also about the sparring in Alabama when Deontay Wilder apparently gave him a concussion in the gym. And he went to the hospital and said he just was dehydrated. But Miller is the fight for Wilder, in my opinion. That's the fight that I would run down on Miller. I will run down on Miller. That's who I run down on for sure. I'm running down on Miller. All that shit he talk, nah. He ain't going to Bulgaria to face Puev. What's going on, Reggie Tree? He ain't going to run down on Puev. I'll tell you that right now. He already said he's not going to Bulgaria. So I'm pulling up on, if I'm Wilder, I'm pulling up on Jarrell Miller, dog. What's going on? I'm blasting him out on social media. I'm making him look like a coward. I'm pulling his whole card because Big Baby Miller, I might think about no fucking George Joyce. Get the hell up out of here. I ain't even never seen that guy fight for real. If I'm Wilder, I'm pulling up on Miller like, what's good? All that shit you talk, what's going on? What's up with it now? I'm pulling up on that nigga directly. He in Brooklyn, Queens. I'm pulling up on like, what's good? I'm on Instagram like, all that shit you was talking, what's good now? Let's make the fight happen. And watch Big Baby Miller done got a real G pass, man. He ain't fought absolutely pretty much nowhere near where his mouth indicates he should be fighting. Yeah, in Brooklyn, in the Barclays Center, like Cody said, hell yeah, in the Barclays Center. He can disgrace him in front of his fans. That's the fight I want to see personally. But what he might do is Brazil. But like I said, he should go. Even taking the winner Dillian White and Joseph Parker in July. After they get in a fight, you can fight them in November, December. They should be ready. I know people don't like the idea of Dillian White if you win, but I don't care. Send a message to the UK fans and dispose of Dillian White. Bring his ass over here. and lay out the red carpet and send his ass on the stretcher back to the UK. Because he talked too much too. He need to go. Everybody that talked all that shit about Ortiz being old and Wilder bum, that's the hit list I'm going for. And I know it feels good to probably go after Dominic Brazil because Dominic Brazil is suing him. But come on, man. Brazil is a certified bum. Brazil is a bum, man. Let's keep it real. You know, that motherfucker, man, he's a little fag too, man. You know what I'm saying? Little chick. Little ass Marcellus Wilder run up on him and blew his stuff out. Now he wanted to sue. After talking all that junk. You can't be talking all that junk in somebody else's hometown and don't expect nothing to happen. No. Not at all. You feel me? Not at all. Yeah, Fat Baby is too, but shit, it make more money. Fat Baby ain't been beat yet. I don't think he been dropped neither. Now as a professional boxer, maybe he's a kickboxer, but he ain't been dropped as a professional boxer. You know, that's what I want to see him go for. I want him to see him shut Jarrell Big Baby Miller up. All that shit talking, he talking about what he do to Joshua, what he do to this, that, nah. Come see Wilder. Jump into that random Nevada drug testing program. We're going to get you ranked in the top 10, the top 15, and we're going to make it happen, Captain. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make it happen for Miller. That's what we want. We want Miller. If not Miller, let's get Dillian White in there. Let's get Dillian White what he want if he beat Joseph Parker. Now, Joseph Parker, yeah, if he beat Dillian White, I'll entertain Wilder fighting him. Why not? Why wouldn't I entertain that? So I can show Anthony Joshua what you really supposed to do with Joseph Parker. You know what I'm saying? No, yeah, Miller ain't got no power. You're right. But that's should be what Deontay Wilder do, man. Seriously. You know, he should squeeze in 2 more fights this year. If he going to squeeze in Brazil, get Brazil up out of there, squeeze Miller in December at the Barclays Center. I mean, that'd be a fight that I want to see. That's a fight I might roll to. Yeah, me too, Jose. I want to see him beat up Big Baby Miller. He talked too much junk. Too much junk. I want to see Wilder versus Ortiz too. I mean, I guess. I like to see that, but I would like to see Wilder. I like to see Wilder clean up some of these other chumps. Him and Ortiz can gangbang these motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? If I'm Ortiz, I'm trying to see what Puev doing. You know, they clean this shit out themselves, be honest. You know, why continue to see Wilder and Ortiz when they can put the pressure on Eddie Hearn and Povetkin and Wilder? Seriously. You know, all Ortiz got to do is run up on Puev and see if he can get ranked. I don't think he ranked in the IBF. Let me check. I don't think he ranks in the IBF. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. To the top. Yeah, that's 75. Excuse me, y'all. Wrong shit. Yeah, he ain't ranked in the IBF, but Charles Martin, sorry ass is. Carlos Takam, Huey Fury, Alexander Povetkin, you know, Miller, Puev, all of them is ranked in the IBF. And it's missing one spot. You know what I'm saying? Adam Noznowski, you know, he can get up in there. Seriously. He can get up in there. No excuses, man. Now go see what Miller doing, man. Fuck Miller. All that shit Miller talk is time to pay the piper. If I'm Wilder, that's what my attention is turning to. Yeah, Ortiz don't do nothing for Wilder now. You're right, Emmanuel. Well, now what Ortiz does after Wilder is gonna make Wilder look good, and also Ortiz. What's going on, no name Rose D, man? What's going on? Frank Williams, Ortiz should fight the IBF. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I said. What Frank Williams just said. Ortiz should go fight in the IBF for WO. Puev versus Ortiz is good scrap. Yep, Puev ain't fucking with that. You know, Ortiz has to get ranked in IBF. I need some trolls to come in here. I feel like ring slapping somebody. When you man, let's see Wilder, Miller, Barclay with Charlo and Jacobs. I'll pay to see that. Yep. But Charlo and Jacobs not happening, dog. Charlo and Jacobs and Derevchenko, they got a purse bid. Eddie Hearn versus Lou DiBella once again. They got a purse bid slated for July 5th next week. So, you know, Jacobs will probably fight Derevchenko probably sometime this fall. They both got the same manager and coach. Rozier will coach Jacobs because he's no longer. Then Derevchenko brings somebody else in. And then for Danny, let's say that fight happened, October? September, October. See, Danny won't come back to next year if he beats Derevchenko. And Danny had his chance to fight Jamal Charlo, you know. He did. Hey, what's up, World Breaker Fighter? You want to come on, bro? See if you want to come on, man. I don't know. Wait for him to answer. But yeah, Danny Derevchenko ain't fuck. I mean, Derevchenko might squeeze another fight in. I don't know, but I know Danny ain't squeezing no more fights in this year. So once that fight happens, unless it happens in like September, but I'm thinking more of a November. I'm thinking more of a November, September, November type of thing, man. That's what I'm thinking, man. You know, that's just my opinion on that, man. It's my opinion, but like I said, Danny didn't want that fight. Charlo been called out. Danny been called out, old boy. I mean, Charlo been called out, old boy. You know what I'm saying? And Jacobs didn't want to fight him because it wasn't really worth the risk. You know what I'm saying? And he was trying to get Triple G and this and that. So I understand, Danny not wanting to fight. He did fool the public on that shit though, man. Because everybody forgot when Charlo called him out several times. And shout out to the homie Mazuma TV. He had the video, or did a video on Jacobs, or Charlo was at the bar drunk talking about how fat his girl butt was, and he said I'd knock out Triple G and Jacobs both in the same night or something like that. He said they both bums. He said on IG Live. Then he called out Jesse Hart. He started talking shit about Philly because J-Rock obviously, and he told Jesse Hart he'd come beat his ass too at 68. What's up, Calvin?
What's up, fam? Yeah, Jamal Charlo really going in, bro.
Yeah, this shit was like, I think this is shit right before he moved to middleweight though. This
you know what? Hey, but you know what though? Say what you want. He really did want that smoke with Jacobs. He said, "Man, I'll drop my opponent. You drop your opponent. We can go fight right now." Jacobs
that was like the third call out. That was just like third or fourth time calling Jacobs out. People forget that. And people say, "Well, Andrade called him." Everybody know Andrade didn't want him.
No, hold on. He called out. I could actually go. I need to go pull up that tweet. He called out Boo Boo. He did. He actually called out Boo Boo. It was last year. He called out Boo Boo last year, man. For real. Boo Boo never responded. People keep saying that, but nobody want to fight Boo Boo. Like Jamal Charlo called Boo Boo out. You see who Boo Boo fight? He fighting in Yamaguchi Falcao. He could have fought Sergey Devechev. He could have fought a better name or somebody who's more stiff for competition. He chose not to. He chose. Sergey Devechev ain't no joke, bro. You know what I mean? Especially for somebody who's been inactive. Now, I think he's more. I think he has more skills than Sergey Devechev and everybody. We all know Demetrius Andrade is skilled, but it don't matter.
Hold on real quick. Hey, World Breaker Boxing, send me your email again. I couldn't add you for whatever reason. Send me your email, World Breaker Boxing. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, it don't matter as long as your skills. When your skills, you can sit on the sideline. When you sit on the sideline, your skills ain't getting better. They're eroding. So it's that becomes a much tougher fight, and probably a fight you lose since Sergey Devechev actually been fighting and you haven't. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I would have favored Sergey Devechev, because Sergey Devechev been fighting. So he had
a lot of fights in the World Super Series tournament.
Right.
He had a lot of fights over there.
Second, and Demetrius Andrade, man, people like, I understand that he's not getting paid what he want to pay, but sometimes you just got to fight so you could actually stay busy. You know what I mean? You can't allow all this shit to. I mean, he just wants to jump the head of the line, but you're not fighting, bro. You have to continue to fight. It sucks. It does sucks if you're having trouble getting a fight. Let's just say he's telling.
But it's his fucking fault though.
He's pulled out of fights. You know what I mean? That's your promoter's fight because for the fault that he couldn't get you more money against Jermell Charlo. You should have took that fight. That's a fight that he would have been favored in too, and probably would have won.
At the time, that was before Charlo got with old boy.
Exactly. He should have took that fight.
Hey, World Breaker, send me your email. It ain't letting me add you on like that, bro.
People talk about Jermell Charlo that the Charlos ducked. I'm like, hell, Jermell Charlo was ready to fight him. It wasn't Jermell Charlo fight that Andrade pulled out. And people could say, well, nobody want to fight him. I'm like, man, people keep forgetting tactics like that. And I'm like, man, you pull that out, people get mad at you.
Yeah, that costs money to draw contracts and draw business plans and stuff of that nature.
And then you pull out at the last minute. And then you pull out. Shit, man, people ain't got time for that. So that's why if he talking about he can't get fights, he probably can't get fights now because he pull out of too many fights. People are like, man, I ain't got time to be playing games with you, man. I guarantee you that has a lot to do with it. And then now he don't bring no money to the table because he's really an unknown. So why people gonna fight this dude for no money? He a high risk, low reward.
And he don't have nothing behind him neither.
No, he don't. And I hate talking like this. I hate talking like this, but you know this is the truth. How it is. Somebody like Demetrius Andrade, who brings absolutely no money to the table, and known to pull out of fights. You get some fight with him, be like, man, when he gonna pull out the fight? That's when you start the clock to count down when he gonna pull out the fight. So people are like, why should I sign up to fight you when I know you're gonna pull out? I mean, it's like, and that's how people. I know that's how they think. He's ruined his own career, self-sabotage, man. Lots of bad decisions. I mean, he should have got with an advisor. He should have signed with Al Heyman, man. He should have signed with Al Heyman a long time ago.
Don't do that shit. He trying to be on some fly shit, and he ain't do that. So that's his fault, man. I don't want to make it about that bum ass motherfucker. That was my dude.
Let me say this real quick. You can promote this. Man, you guys go and check it out, man. Especially if you like college football, go ahead and subscribe to my S1210.
Oh, it's in the description, and it's if you hit the eye on top of the screen. You ain't gonna find it like that till we get more traffic. So you're gonna have to click the link. You click it in the drop down box. We got a new college channel we started. So either click the eye on the screen and it's in the cards, or you click the link in the description. It's the first link in there.
I did a video last night. I did a video on it today.
All right, cool. Callie already dropped the video on there already. So y'all go check it out. Y'all into college football, college basketball. Just want to support what we're doing. We're gonna do a weekly town hall like the Smoke City Mobcast for the college football thing, man. So definitely appreciate it if you guys click the drop down box in the description. And link.
No, well, this is what I told him. I said there's no telling where this can go. If this blows up real well, we can have a call-in show on a Saturday or something like that after the game. Maybe eventually we can get big enough. I'm just saying it's just kind of like spitball right now. Maybe eventually one day we can get some of the college football players to call in and we can do an interview live with you guys or something. Instead it's just a start, but it's good to dream. Yeah.
I already got something lined up for this channel like that. Hey CJ, you remember Charles Rogers that played for Michigan State? Fuck Charles Rogers. I'm a Spartan fan, but I'm a Wolverine fan. Oh my God, I can't believe I said that. I'm a Wolverine fan, but Charles Rogers, man, I was mad when the Lions picked that motherfucker, man. He was sweet though. His first game, man. I don't know if niggas remember him and Anquan Bolden went at it and broke rookie records and shit that first game. But hey, it is what it is, man. What up, World Breaker fighting?
Nothing much, man. Trying to get things done and manage my son at the same time. That's an impossible task.
How does your son?
He's me all over again.
I said, how old is he?
He's 3.
Oh, yeah.
He turned 3.
You passed a terrible 2 with the active.
I got 2 of them. I got a 21-year-old and a 3-year-old, man.
Golly. At least you got I'll drop his ass off right at the 21-year-old house.
Shoot, he ain't got no house. He in a dorm.
Oh, he where?
He's at West Point.
Oh, military. Okay, I'll drop him off right at the door. Look, Sarge, man. I'm sorry, bro. I gotta hit the titty bar tonight, man. I need somebody watch my 3-year-old, man. I'll be back to get him.
That's a long trip to drop a boy, drop a brother off.
Ain't that down there in the down there on the East Coast, right? In Baltimore,
New York. It's in upstate
New York. It's in New York. All right.
Yeah, that's upstate New York, West Point.
It's considered an Ivy League school, man. So
I know, man. I know David Robinson. Didn't he go to West Point too?
He went to the Naval Academy.
Naval Academy. I know. Yeah. I know West Point. They got the boxers up there too, don't they?
Yep, they got some good boxing up there. One of his classmates was doing pretty well in boxing. My son's on the handball team because he couldn't walk on the basketball team. They picked their basketball players, but they don't allow walk-ons. Had they, he'd be playing. But I'm a college handball fan right now. They just won a national title for it too. So,
what's up?
Yeah.
I'm talking about what should Wilder do next? What y'all think? I already gave my point. What y'all think Wilder should do next? See, okay, Brazil. He don't have to fight Brazil. According to his words, he don't have to fight Brazil right now.
Yeah, I wish Dillian White was available after that.
He could be available. He could be available after July 31st. I mean, August, September, October, November. They can fight in December.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's what. Maybe he should try to go for that. I mean, I think he should go for Big Baby Miller. But I spoke to Blue Bloods Boxing. He said Blue Blood Boxing is, and they said that the real Big Baby Miller's looking to go after Joshua, He thinks Joshua was as a piece of shit is one of the weakest heavyweights in the division, and he thinks he'll whoop on his ass. So he said he's gonna wait for that, and then he said he want to get the 3 belts and then make Wilder wait to fight him and some other.
That's some Doug move. He know. Look here, man. I was listening to Ticket this morning on 7 Sports shit. Tickets. He made a lot of sense. I never thought of it this way. Eddie Hearn, when he seen Danny Jacobs, 2 Brooklyn natives, and Drill Miller not be able to sell out half the house.
Right.
When they couldn't sell out half the house, Eddie Hearn said, "There's no way I'm sending Anthony Joshua over there, and I can't." And Miller and Brooklyn, 2 Brooklynites, Miller and Jacobs can't even sell the house out. So if Joshua come over here and don't sell out, then it's gonna look bad in negotiations with Wilder. You know.
Yeah. So he wasn't gonna come over here because here's the thing though. That's what they were trying. They were trying to hope that they could try to piggyback off the 2 Brooklyn natives to sell some shit out. But here's the thing though. To me, it ain't no negotiation. It's like this. At this point with Wilder, when it comes to AJ, like fuck you. But here's the thing. If you want to fight me, you come to me on my terms. It means it's 60-40 in my favor, and we fight in America. And I'm picking the referee and the judges. You lost that. You lost that ability where you turned out $50 million, and then when you passed up the opportunity to fight me for a flat fee. And we ain't fighting on the DAZN either. We fighting on Showtime. So if it ain't that, then I don't have to fight you the rest of my entire career. But there'll come a time where AJ, after he get beat, will want to come try to fight Wilder. And Wilder should at that point tell him, no, I don't even want you no more. You're a bum now. You reduced to bum status. You are trash. You do not matter.
If he loses off the table, I would never fight him.
I know. That's my point. So to me, like I said, AJ, they gonna want to come back because eventually the fans get tired of this, him fighting bum bashing over there, and nobody gonna want to see Dillian White 4 times.
And then that's when they gonna try to turn the table and like Wilder didn't want to fight.
Yep. Oh, of course. Who cares? They don't matter over there. I mean, I'm just trying to get some money. You know what I mean? It's at the end of the day. I'm not playing those type of games. You know what? I used to be so nice to people out of the UK, but I mean, and there's some cool cats over there. But I'm just talking about. But
at the end of the day, what I understand is it's not even the real UK fans.
Right.
Most of the fans don't like. I had a guy come in here and tell me most of the UK fans don't even like Eddie and Anthony Joshua. The real boxing fan, not the social drinkers that watch them fight. And just got. I mean, who goes to a fight with a suit and tie on, my nigga? Seriously,
motherfucker.
Right. Ain't nobody going to no fight with a whole bunch of 100,000 motherfuckers in there or 90,000 people with suit and ties on.
Hey, hold on. I was talking to this dude on Twitter this morning, and then we were in this long discussion, and he was trying to talk to me like, I said, dude, you're a casual boxing fan. And he's like, no, I'm not a casual boxing fan. You can't name. You said Walter's fought 40 nobodies. I said, okay. Who do you consider a nobody? He said, Brett. Because his schedule, his opponents can't. I mean, a resume can't compare with AJ's. I said, who's good on AJ's rig? I said, don't say Klitschko because Klitschko's who's Vladimir Klitschko's best win. He said, that's where you go. You're over there trying. He said, what you try to do is turn the table and try to compare AJ's resume to Wilder's. I said, Mo, you just did that, bro. So I brought it up because you over here trying to act like Wilder didn't fight nobody. Who's in that heavyweight division? He said, well, Wilder hasn't tried to fight any of the top 5. What do you consider top 5 heavyweight? So I start asking all those questions. He getting pissed off and frustrated because he can't deal with me. I said, dude, you can't. I know what's going on. What do you consider to be good? Then he said, man, look at you trying to change the subject. I said, I'm not. You said you brought up the whole top 5 heavyweights. You can't name anybody. I said, man, it shouldn't. I said, it's taking you too long, man. You shouldn't be able to reel them off right away since you're not a casual fan, since you're this hardcore fan that you say you are. Then he went on to say some other stupid shit like, well, it's obvious that Wilder didn't want to fight. And I said, okay, based on what? I said, your guy turned down $50 million. So I said, oh, before you say that too, you know that if Wilder turned down 50, if you don't believe the 50 million is real, then why did Eddie Hearn say that AJ had to take a pay cut to come over here? Well, you're being unreasonable. I said, I'm being unreasonable. No, it's because what you do is you're a dumbass decaf who parrots the same bullshit lines that everybody, all the other fucking parrots. You know what I mean? You guys live in a fucking echo chamber and repeat the same shit over and over and over and over again, and you think you know something because you pick up bits and pieces. You don't understand any of the bylaws of the sanctioning bodies because you never read them. You didn't even know that there was bylaws. You just assume that you know what the fuck you're talking about. You can actually go read that shit on their website. I don't know if you knew that. You can actually go check a place called BoxRec. I'm pretty sure you didn't know about that.
You can go straight to the WBA or IB. I was reading the WBA bylaws yesterday.
You know what I'm saying? And these dudes, man, they swear up and down that, like I said, they try to act. I think they do be thinking that they're real hardcore fans, but then when they actually go up against somebody who actually is, then they find out that they're not. Then they're like, oh, okay, maybe not. Let me get out of this conversation with this guy because before I got to try to have some type of parting shot. And then I think after this too, this guy responded to me like 4 hours later, talking about, well, you know what I mean? You really didn't prove anything. I said, prove what? What was I trying to prove? I said, so what's your point? What point are you trying to make? Well, what, man? Come on. You know what I said, man? You're the hardcore boxing fan, right? You should be able to engage in a discussion with me and actually leave facts, and without just parroting shit and just dropping catchphrases and things of that nature. Dude, you have said absolutely nothing this entire time. When I've asked you questions, you haven't been able to answer not one fucking question. What was the point of this conversation, bro? You responded to me when I was in a discussion with someone else who actually knew boxing in a Deontay Wilder tweet. So, man, if you knew what the fuck you were talking about, you shouldn't have been able to respond to me, with something reasonable. You should have been able to give me a legitimate answer. You haven't on anything because you don't know shit. So go away, man, or actually study up on this stuff before you actually get into a conversation.
Yeah, I had a guy right here, one of the dudes I'm cool with real quick. I said, how Povetkin get a shot. He said, how does Ortiz feel 2 drug tests become #1 by WC after taking an L weight? I mean, how did he become #1? He's not #1 in WC right now. And secondly, he got cleared the second failed drug test. So Povetkin got caught twice in the same calendar year for 2 different failed drug tests, and nothing happened. He got 6 months banned from the WBC, not the WO, not the WA, not the IBF. So you see how they try to switch and turn shit? Ortiz is not the #1 mandatory right now. That's Dominic Brazil. UK fans is delusional, man.
UK fans on that sippy sip. Bottom line is they have to import all the athletes from other areas.
Yeah.
They don't have homegrown athletes. Shit. They don't even have good dental at that motherfucker. So
I'm sorry.
You ain't lying, bro. The best soccer players are from around the world. That's what's fucking hilarious.
What's going on? And then also you say World Breaker. They didn't even got good food over there. Remember they was going to the 2012 Olympic Games and it was concerned about the food?
Cause the food's trash.
Man, I heard there's no season.
I get fish and chips in Oak Cliff. So that's how I feel about it. Man, Oak Cliff, you don't know nothing about Oak Cliff. That's the black section of Dallas. One of the black sections of Dallas. On the south side. South to South Dallas. But anyway, the bottom line is Deontay Wilder needs to fight every other month, in my opinion, at least to catch up and get on pace for that 51-0 over the next year. It doesn't matter who he fights. All he has to do is club their ass across the temple. It's a wrap. And he can keep up the pace. He's fit. He's in excellent shape. He's not taking punishment. He can make a campaign that hasn't been seen in 25, 30 years. Easy. And they will be forced. Old media will be forced to put his profile up. They have no choice. You can't ignore a guy that's fighting people every other month. Bottom line. Now, Anthony Joshua, he's going to die in Russia. Somebody's going to either stab him, someone's going to knock him out, or someone's going to booty foop his ass. One way or the other.
Poison his ass.
Yeah, one way or the other, he's washed. And this Povetkin fight, I don't see him getting past it if it makes it to Russia. And based on
the thing about that World Breaker boxer, they went to go talk to the nigga that's behind the zone.
Yeah, I saw your report yesterday, and I mentioned that on
yeah, I caught that. And they were sitting at the table with my man. It was on Instagram. So they talk and they said today, or they said yesterday, well they got they close to signing. Then they said, we close to signing today. No, this shit about to go to first bid. I can't wait because this dude is the 15th wealthiest man in the world. Sir Lynn Blavakin. You know, he's the richest man in the UK. He relocated to the UK. You know, but he ain't fucking with Putin and old boy Rabisky though. That's too much money.
Bro, think about this. When you got this guy's in a Russian sandwich, and I've been trying to upload this video all morning, but my app is not working. Hold on, son. The bottom line is this guy, Putin, has control of all of the billionaires that he's made. That purse bid is going to favor Russia. I don't see the gentleman in England trying to circumvent Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin pays people in poison, bro. That's a fact. He does not fuck around. And he has 2 Russians on both sides of this equation. It's a geopolitical issue at this point because Vladimir Putin is he probably hit my man's up yesterday like, me, you better fall back, nigga. He probably hit him up. Yeah, exactly. He don't even have to do that, bro. You don't even have to do that. I think it's implied because look, in the last 4 years, Vladimir Putin has poisoned 2 or 3 spies in Britain. Literally poisoned them. Horrible poison, like melted motherfucking type poison. Giving people, super cancer and stuff like that. I forget some of the poisons that have been used. This guy's government is not afraid to eliminate people they feel are threats. And for something that's national pride in Russia, he's gonna make that fight work. And there's nothing that Eddie Hearn dumbass can do about it because he's too stupid. He's a small time hustler with a small time program, even in his own country. And that's how I look at it.
Hey, the World Boxing, Russian Federation ain't nothing to fuck with either because hell, they got the World Boxing Super Series for the, Usyk versus Gassiev to Moscow. So yeah, this fight's going to Russia. I want to see if AJ actually goes to Russia.
No, they said dropping the belt. He said yesterday, dropping the belt is not an option. What's up to the sister Beverly Rose in the chat? I heard you earlier on 7-8. Definitely appreciate your channel. Shout out to Ronald Finkley. Shout out to Mike Big Boxes.
Go subscribe to my sister Beverly Rose if you haven't subscribed to her yet, please.
Yep. Yeah. She said it was nerve gas, World Breaker. She said one of them was nerve gas.
Hey, have you seen what nerve gas does? It depends on the type of nerve gas. If it's sarin, it totally burns out your nerves. You twist, if I remember correctly. I used to study poisons, man, because I wanted to be a chemist. And some of that stuff is horrible, man. I can't remember what sarin does, though, man. It's been a long time since I've had to look into that stuff. But man, your boy Putin is ruthless, and I've seen video where he's sitting at a table full of billionaires, and he's telling them what to do like they little abused dogs, talking to them like, get over here, show me some respect, that type of shit. I mean,
hey, let me say something real quick because I saw Jane Fuller in the comment section. Because she's one of those Eddie Hearn dick suckers. I just got to keep that 100 on here. That's what you are, bitch. I know exactly what you do. Because I seen you on my comment section saying all kind of stupid shit. I see you in other comment sections. Look, I know you're trying to compete. It's all about Eddie Hearn versus Frank Warren. Here's the thing: we don't give a fuck about that shit over here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know, but I like Daniel Dubois because I know that's what it's about. So you have to try to tear down that side. Because I guess it's some gang thing going. Frank Warren's going to win long term because he's actually building fighters. Something that Eddie Hearn ain't doing.
Eddie Hearn has fucking AJ. Frank Warren, go Wikipedia Frank Warren. He has a fucking stable. He owns British boxing. Let's not get it twisted. Sorry to interrupt.
In the future.
Huh?
He has the future. He definitely has the future.
Well, he has the future and he has the current. He just doesn't have the biggest name.
Well, yeah. I forgot. He got Frampton. He got DeGale, right? Fury, and then he also has the boys and Yard.
We got Billy Joe Saunders.
Yeah,
he got the president in the future.
Yeah, exactly. And if you go to Wikipedia, I think it's like 40 or 50 fighters they have listed in his stable currently. So, and several of them, I think about 15 or 20 of them have their own Wikipedia articles. People that have established a name in the UK, at least. Tyson Fury being the most famous, Billy Joe Saunders being the second most famous. So, all you hear about is AJ, and everybody else gets run through the wash under Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing.
No, because he ran them all off. He had all those guys I named. Besides Fury.
It's not only that. Matchroom Boxing doesn't have much of a profile outside of what they've done recently.
Exactly. Now, he had all those individual fighters. He had all those guys. You know, I think he had Frampton. He had DeGale. DeGale came out and said, well, DeGale met Al Heyman. Yeah. DeGale met Al Heyman. He delivered him a title shot versus Darrell, right?
Hey,
he met Al Heyman, and shortly after that, he left Eddie Hearn. He said Eddie Hearn was giving all the time to Anthony Joshua. He said he just bounced.
Once these fighters go to Al Heyman, they rarely leave, and the ones that do leave tend to come back.
Or regret it. Violence Masrosian.
Exactly. And so Eddie, the thing is, Al Heyman is not only helping boxers make more money, he's taking them to school, giving them an education in basic business principles, and also handling their financial portfolios and not asking for much. He's asking for 10% in most cases, from what I understand. 10% is a very manageable fee. If you're a church person, that's tithing. If you're a tax person, that's where you want to be when you're paying taxes.
Exactly.
This guy knows exactly what he's doing. He knows how to ingratiate himself to these boxers because he's making long-lasting relationships by providing them futures outside of boxing where they're not.
And when shit hit the fan with him, like Jermaine Taylor as well, and Antonio Tarver, he's there. Antonio Tarver had a big ass casino bill. Al Heyman bailed him out of jail. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga never pay that shit back.
Yeah, and he knows it. He got him a job on Showtime too. After that, I believe that happened. Andre Darrell left and came back. All right. You know, Jermaine Taylor was going through. He still got him a title shot and got him to regain the IBF title by beating Sam Solomon.
Yep.
Danny Jacobs was sick with cancer. He said Al Heyman was always there for him. So it's imagine if AJ get knocked out and whatever happens to him, he go into a fucking shell. You think Eddie Hearn gonna get this motherfucker a dime? Hell no.
No, but it ain't as bad as Don King with Larry Holmes when he charged him $400 or $500 for towels. Bath towels and stuff like that. A guy that's so heartless. He's not as heartless as Don King. He just runs his mouth. He's a shit artist. All he does is sell shit. And so now you're seeing the culmination of all that shit selling become a big pile. And so I'm gonna laugh when this purse bid goes to Russia. we
making videos on that shit 24/7, bro. I'm dropping it back to back to back.
It's gonna be LDBC CNN up in this hole. It's gonna be the news don't stop 24/7.
Cause man, I know niggas want to go to Russia, man. After Deontay put me up on Dante's boxing, they shot to him, put me on the history of Russia when Kovalev was fronting like Russia. Oh, I didn't know nothing about racism, man. Them niggas had Obama monkey ice cream bars. I mean, them dudes had monkey black people monkey chopping boards. I mean, they had the whole nine. When I actually got into researching that, man, that's why I don't fuck with Kovalev to this day.
Well, this is the crazy thing about Russia. You're talking about a country that sponsors doping. They literally have a team dedicated to enhancing their fighters through doping, or their fighters and their athletes through doping.
Because they ain't got no athletic ability.
I won't say that because when I used to watch the Olympics as a kid and throughout, Russians do compete. They're probably the best. Them and Germans are probably the best European athletes I see consistently with or without doping. But they don't win. They look good, but they don't win.
And the grand scheme of things, if Africa, most of the countries in Africa had the resources, they wouldn't even be in the game. Cubans?
I don't disagree. They do have the goddamn resources. They keep letting they got these Europeans siphoning off their money,
diamonds and all that other shit,
and benefiting from chaos. So that Africa has to stop being the slave. Africans are the biggest slaves in the world because they allow these European countries who have no natural resources to come in and siphon off and make money off of them and cause chaos.
They go back to slavery.
But hold on, China too. China's over there. China's right now mining and taking up minerals and things like that, especially minerals.
But But at least, hey, look, at least fucking I don't know if it's China, or Japan. At least they gave that motherfucking Akon $1 billion credit line to put electricity over there. Maybe they needed light to steal more.
Yeah,
Fucking
China did something like that, but still, at the end of the day, Africa has a bunch of natural resources, and that's a country. It's not all poverty there. There's actually wealthy people
but
there.
like I said maybe they gave them that credit line for electricity so they could see a little bit better when they still in them natural resources, so they could be more convenient over there.
But the Chinese are doing something different. They're not sowing discord. They're investing in Africa legitimately, and they're getting something out of it, but they're also putting something into it. And that builds camaraderie, that builds diplomacy. And so that's where the West, the European and the American, get up, son, and the American have taken and not given. The Chinese are taking a different platform. And so that communism is looking good to those Africans. And in the next 10 years, you're going to start seeing them nations pop up on that communist tip, that communist capitalist tip that China's doing. And that's how they're circumventing the West. But I'm getting on some other stuff. Sorry about that.
Floyd Mayweather bought an $18 million watch. How fucking retarded is that?
My nigga, man, that nigga's a super lame, dog. That nigga lame.
Hella stupid, bro. You only see niggas do shit like that. You don't see white folks doing shit like that. You know what I mean?
Motherfuckers in the Middle East, they gonna spend some millions. Some motherfuckers got exotic monkeys and giraffes and shit in their back. They gonna spend some shit that you know what I'm saying? You know, that they gonna use. He ain't probably gonna never put that watch on again.
Nah, here's the thing. They said white folks, they don't do that. They buy shit that's gonna bring them something back in return.
It's not gonna depreciate.
Something that they purchase that if they sell it, they'll make more money than when they purchase for it. So if they bought something for $18 million, by the time they sell it, they probably sell it for.
Yeah, jewelry is the worst thing. Jewelry and buying a new car is the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, that's
two dumbass things you could do. As soon as you drive that car off the fucking lot, that bitch depreciate at least 30%.
Yep.
New or used. Hold on, I got
nigga club.
Only way is to get a classic car that's stock, an old school classic car that's stock. That's one thing that does go up in value. But those are more people who mostly buy that are white folks who buy the stock old school classic stock cars are white folks. They buy them motherfuckers because they can sell them because they go up in value.
You know what?
Never
loses value is land, bro. You keep land for generations, the land will always pay. Land will always be worth something.
Fact.
And so if anybody wants to do something, you have to put your money in the property, save for years and decades. But as long as you go into this life and purchase something that is yours that you can pass on, that's how you build wealth. You don't build wealth by signing contracts. You don't build wealth by getting deals. You build wealth by increasing it over time. That's the advantage that white Americans have over black Americans, is that they had an uninterrupted path of wealth building. That's why white people have a 70% advantage over African Americans in household income, because they have wealth passed down. If Grandma May passes in their family, she might leave them $150,000 because it was on her insurance policy, or her house was worth $200,000 or $300,000. We have to establish generational wealth. Period. It ain't buying watches. It ain't buying tennis shoes. Tennis shoes cost $2 to make in the Philippines.
Now, what we got to do, we could do something like what they've done, which is more black-owned banks. For real. For real. That's what we need to do, because it's harder for black folks to get loans and stuff like that, established credit most of the time. So the best way to do that is to have our own banks, man. We need to have banks where there's a lot of black people at. That's where we need to have the banks at. That's where when it comes time to make a loan. And matter of fact, we also should make it where it's accessible for black folks, especially if you live in an area which is not highly populated by black people, where you can actually still bank from that place online. You know what I'm saying? So you can actually go to an ATM machine and still. Matter of fact, you should make it like maybe get established as like a federal credit union, and then go ahead and get where you can actually pull your liquid from there. So there's things that you could do, and this is happening down in the South in Texas. There's actually some Southern California too. We have a couple of banks, black-owned banks, and down in LA. Here in California, we used to have one in Oakland. It closed down, But I'm telling you right now, we need more of that now. And
Well,
we say globally. Go ahead.
That's what happens in the Vietnamese and Asian communities. They pool together. They build their own banks. You know, and Dallas-Fort Worth, you have a large Vietnamese population. In Houston, you have a huge Chinese and Vietnamese population. You do have a couple of black banks in Houston. One that's really good. I can't remember the name of it right now, but they have the same capabilities as every other bank. They have an online app. They have the websites. They have everything.
Are you talking about that one bank that Paul Wall and all them were down there in Houston and Slim Thug, all them took their money to that black-owned bank?
Now, it could be. That's like one of a couple. So, stop.
No, that's the same one. Solange Knowles was the one who. I don't know if you guys know that. Solange Knowles. Yeah, Beyonce. She's the one who started that whole movement.
Hey, what y'all think about what you think about the we starting the boycott on Eddie Hearn?
Oh, I've been started that, bro. I've been started that. I ain't fucking with anything. That includes Danny Jacobs, bro. No disrespect to that dude, but he's a casualty of war.
A boycott means that you actually were a patron. I've never been a patron of Eddie Hearn, so there ain't no boycott. It's just I ignore it.
Straight ban on him.
Shit, fuck a ban. Like I said, a ban means that you participated in helping that man grow. I've never done that. I've always been a detractor. So he's a hoe ass of the highest degree.
Nah, but it's basically you just saying you can't watch no Jarrell Big Baby Miller fights, no Danny Jacobs fight. That's when it comes tough though, because it's like I want to see Sergey Derevchenko. I'm a fan of Sergey Derevchenko, and that's real brutal. That yesterday, but I may have to boycott it just so I can't watch.
You know the best way to boycott it is to just watch it free.
Yeah. Hey, that's pirating. I agree with that.
Yeah, that's how you don't give them your money.
I agree with that.
But you still maintain your integrity as a boxing news source by seeing the fight. But supporting the zone, man, nobody gonna support that whole shit. Period.
That's what I keep trying to tell people that posted on CJ's video yesterday.
I know you said this week next week.
Yeah, and they said these UK people are determined for Eddie Hearn to win. They just have to see Eddie Hearn win. So they now they're trying to get behind the zone because they see Eddie Hearn losing. So they think they're trying to see because they want the UK to establish some kind of dominance over America. I don't get this whole infatuation, but it's like this infatuation where they just have to see the UK win over here for some reason. I'm like, I'm not trying to be funny. Outside of boxing, I'm not trying to be mean to the UK. We really don't think about the UK, except for some people who pay attention to the Queen and the royal family getting married.
I don't give a fuck about that. I didn't care about nothing they got to offer.
Right.
That I care about other than throwing them hands from time to time.
Right.
And if it ain't no boxing on, it's the dog days. And if you don't know what the dog days is, the dog days is when there's no basketball, no football on in the summer. That's what we call the dog days. No major sports that we care about. I watch other sports, but as far as the guy, the Americans, the dog days are no major basketball, football on.
You go to a Tigers game? You go to a Tigers game?
I'm a Yankee fan. I like the Tigers. I'm more of a Yankee guy, but no, I really don't. I've been there a couple of times. I'm not into sitting there. I'm not into sitting that shit for 10 hours and watching drunk white people. I'm not into that. No offense to white people, but that's what's down there. But like I said, those are the dog days for us. So that's what we mean by that. Now, if it's the dog days and it's a solid UK fight on, a good UK fight on, yeah, I'm gonna watch it because there ain't no boxing coming on later, and I can enjoy my night.
Right.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, baseball. I don't really get into baseball, to be honest.
Right.
Unless I go to New York and catch a Yankee game or something like that, until the fall playoffs. That's it.
Right.
Opening day playoffs.
Man, I grew up a fan, so man, I dealt with Reggie Jackson as a kid, sitting there rolling in the car with two bitches, and then pretending like he ain't Reggie Jackson, and then telling us little kids to fuck off. He said, "Fuck off, you mother piece of shit." That's what he told us kids to fuck off, us piece of shit. And I'm like, okay, man, look at this dude, bro. This dude ain't shit, bro. Fuck Reggie Jackson, bro. I've been like Jackson ever since, bro. He said that shit when I was I think I was like eight years old or something like that. when I met Reggie Jackson or something like that, man. And he was twice on 2 different occasions. He was a fucking dick. So
A lot of guys like that though. A lot of guys like that. A lot of guys is fucking dicks.
Oh man, Jose, I'm gonna tell you, Jose Canseco, man. I had his rookie card, right? He signed it. He dog-eared it after he signed it. He was doing that to all the kids. I said, "Motherfucker, you destroyed my property." He was like, we don't want you to have no value off of him. I was like, man, look at this shit. This motherfucker fucked up, bro. Some of the worst people I met were baseball players. Some of the worst attitudes I ever come across were baseball players. Facts, man. I'm just telling you that right now. So yeah,
I seen Barry Sanders at a restaurant. He was straight, you know.
No, I met Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders was cool.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of shitty ass motherfuckers though, man. There's a lot of good ones out there. A lot of guys that I tend to meet, boxers seem the more accessible and nice though.
Yeah, agree, bro.
Maybe because it's not a major sport.
Hey, boxers are. But I met some cool ass NBA players. I told you guys about Chris Mullin. Chris Mullin's a trill dude, bro. Real stand up dude.
Jerry Stackhouse tried to hit on my mom while she was here.
When I had your mom.
Hell yeah, got the number and shit. I'm like, you gotta call that nigga. I was like 11 or 12 years old.
You about to say you about to go down. You was like say he said Stackhouse daddy. He said buy me a brand new Maserati.
What's up, man? Like hell yeah, nigga, you gotta get that. But yeah, man, a lot of like especially when your team sorry as hell.
Right.
And when your hometown team sorry, you start seeing that, they be happy to see the fans. Right. When they winning, nah.
No, so most of the players, like the Warriors players, I've caught them dudes are cool, man. I haven't had any problems.
Yeah, when you win it, everything is better.
I'll keep some names. I'm gonna keep the names anonymous, but I've had to kick a few up out of my nightclubs when I had nightclubs because a lot of motherfuckers think they get special treatment. Like motherfucker, unless you buying the bar, you can eat a dick. Get out. Some respect you, some don't fuck with you. It's just the way it is.
Now, I heard the Cowboy players, man, be expecting to be treated like royalty, and most of the time they are.
Because they are treated like royalty, and with Jerry, best practice facility, best everything. That's why everybody play for the Cowboys.
Hey, now my boy used to do Jerry Jones's house parties and away parties as a valet. He told me years before Jerry Jones got caught up with call girls, he used to love high-end call girls. He used to tell me every time Jerry had a party, he had about 2 or 3 of them high-class call girls every time. Jerry be up in there, man. You don't mind paying. If I was an owner, I'd probably be like Jerry Jones. Nigga, I'd be hands-on like a motherfucker.
Hey, Jerry Jones still smashing. Jerry Jones still smashing young chicks, bro.
Hell yeah.
Bro, when you wealthy like that, it's nearly impossible to be faithful. It's just not it's a natural thing. But for one, monogamy is not natural. It's a social choice. And so when you a bull and you got all the territory, if you're a lion and you got all the pride, you're gonna do what you do. It's just the way it is. It's the same thing is applied to finances and means. That's why there's a lot of polygamous relationships in Africa and a lot of polygamous relationships in other cultures because they got the ability to support it. And socially, a lot of those women they either don't mind or it's an advantage for their families. There's a lot to that stuff, you know.
Exactly. Like how can I hate to say, but how can you expect one man just being a broke ass one? To be one woman, it just don't seem that. It's a lot of lies being told.
It's not natural.
It's not natural.
Nah, that should be hard as hell, bro.
Monogamy is completely unnatural. It is a social choice. Now, there was a study that showed that.
Yeah, I spoke about that with you, man, about the study. The study actually proved that it completely is unnatural because it's man's natural his natural instinct is to continue to pursue. It's to continue to chase after women no matter what, to not be with one partner. And it's actually the same way for women too.
Yeah, it is the same way for women. You know, this is the thing. They did a comparison of primates. And so the comparison was the scrotum size of apes, or all apes, including human beings, relative to their size. So human beings had the second largest testicles in comparison to their size. The first was the bonobo. The bonobo is the type of chimpanzee. All they do when they say hi, they knock boots. When they get in a fight, they knock boots. All they do is have sex. So they use sex to solve conflicts. They use sex to fight. They use sex to say hi. Sex. I mean, all you see is these monkeys that can walk upright like a human being, knock boots. But they got the biggest nuts of everybody.
Hey, bro, I'm telling you, that's why. That's why. Like, it's the worst thing for a dude to do, man. I don't know if some of you guys have traveled across the country. I'm gonna tell you right there. It's one of the worst places for you to go is to LA or to Miami. And if you're a married man and you go to those places by yourself, stay without messing around, man. It's gonna be so difficult. I'm just letting you know that right now. You're gonna have problems, bro. You're gonna have real problems trying to stay single, bro. I mean, still trying not to cheat. For real. You be like, man, why am I married? That's what you're gonna be questioned as soon as you see that shit, man. Because the opportunities, and especially like that, when you get married, or it's like, and I'm gonna tell you, it's like women consent. Women consent when a dude is dating somebody. When you're dating somebody, I swear to God, I feel like you get more opportunities than when you're single.
Oh, that's real shit. That's real shit, dog. That's real shit, dog. I be just thinking like, dog. I'm just thinking like, dog. I don't never want to get married. I'm sorry, dog. I'm just sorry. It just ain't really much in you. Hey, y'all can hold it down for a minute. I'm picking my girl up from work. That's ironic, right? And I'm gonna come back home when I drop her when we get to the crib. So I'm still here, though.
The thing is,
go ahead, Warbreaker.
The thing is, marriage is a beautiful thing, but marriage is not a religious thing. And a lot of people, marriage was created to be a religious thing in the last few hundred years. The concept of marrying for love is something that was created in the last few hundred years. And so people who say, oh, marriage is a thing of God and it's a yada, 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 you are totally fooling yourselves. Check the history of marriage. Marriage is about positioning yourself to be financially or in a base of power. That's all. That's why arranged marriages tend to be the most successful, because they're a merger of families. They're a merger of power bases. It isn't about love. It's about strengthening your associations and family. At the end of the day, having a lot of children wasn't about because I want to knock a lot of boots. We need workers on the farm, or we need workers to till the sheep, or whatever they do. It was a have to have a lot of children. And so living in this country, everybody wants to disseminate and analyze everything. But at the end of the day, we lose ourselves at the base of things because we put all of these smoke and mirrors up trying to mask our humanity. So,
it's factual. Like I keep saying, man, like I'm gonna tell you like this last year, man, especially, man, I was right after when I was having all these issues with my family and I'm shooting down to LA all the time, man. I'm going down there like, man, I'm over here having fun, bruh. I can't wait to get down there. Man, every time I go down there, man, I go to Hollywood, I go to Carson, I go to Gardena, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I travel all around. I have to go through Long Beach, you know what I mean? People know what I'm talking about, Glendale, Pasadena, the whole nine, man. I'm telling you right now, man, there's so much action down there. Down at Riverside, man, Santa Barbara, man. You go Dago, all the way from Dago up to LA, man. I'm just telling you, it is no joke, man. The amount of badass chicks that you go run into as a dude, and the first thing you questioning, why the hell did I tie myself down in a relationship? Why?
Yeah.
I made a mistake. Man. And you go down there single, you over there happy as hell. You like people think it sounds so unnatural to be single.
Let me interrupt you on that, Callie. The worst thing to do is go to Atlanta. Atlanta outnumbers men. The women outnumber men 13-1. So there's 13 women for every man, and then you gotta cut that number in a quarter with all the down low motherfuckers there.
I know. Hella gay niggas, bro.
Yeah. And so now if you cut that down a quarter, add another 4 women to it. So you're looking at 17-1.
Right.
So 17-1, when it comes to women, eligible heterosexual women to men. So
Right.
somebody like you or me,
Right.
if we were nefarious
Right.
in our sense and just do what we do, we'd have a harem because that's just the way it is. And I'm not speaking against women or men because women can be the same way. And our society puts these limitations on each other. And so I'm totally a person that believes that people should do what they want to do, and they should be responsible for what they do at the same time. I think monogamy is a swell concept, and I think it's an honorable concept if you're talking about committing yourself to one individual. But don't inhibit yourself from what is natural either.
You know, so I like Atlanta. Atlanta's cool. I know some family there, but one of the reasons I would prefer LA and Miami over Atlanta, diversity. You know what I mean? I love the sisters, but I love the rainbow too, brother. I love the other ethnicity, the shit like that. You get more choices, and I can still get the sisters in LA, but I can also get, I get Chinese, Vietnamese, you know what I'm saying, Filipino, Mexican, Puerto Rican, you know what I'm saying, Brazilians, Colombians, or Salvadorians. You know what I'm saying? Russians, Persian, Afghan, the whole nine, bro. I can go through the whole rainbow down to Southern California, man, where California is more diverse. You know what I mean? Then especially like a state like Georgia. You know what I'm saying? I mean, California is the most diverse state in the union. So it's like that's one of the reasons why I love the state too, because with the options, the menu is vast. So I'm pretty sure Texas is probably pretty close to California when it comes to diversity too. So I would actually choose Texas over Georgia because of that. Because Texas is probably second. If it's either Texas either 2 or 3 behind New York. It's one of them. But what I said, that's why I would choose the diversity over Georgia. Even though Georgia, there's some real good fine women there, shit, and Bama too, bro. Bama right there. So man, I just like diversity because I like the options. It's like, all right, man, I'll date a sister this week. I'm gonna go fuck this Persian chick this week. Egyptian and shit like that, man. Options, brother. Options. I know this is going off. No disrespect to the women out there, but you know what I mean. Like I said, the women do the same thing. I got female homies that date niggas that get rid of them. Matter of fact, like, nigga, what you doing? Matter of fact, I'm not gonna say her name, but one of my homies, she like, nigga, we thought we was about to be in a relationship. I said, do you know who I am? It's like, man, there's Uber and Lyft, taxi, bus, pick one. So she kicks them out, and they be surprised because they do something, then they want to they still want dudes, we want to hang around, and she was like, oh man.
Think about all the situations you've ever heard where women left men for other men who could do for them. Because it's not that the men can't do for them. The women see something that benefits them. It's a natural thing. It's just like I was reading a statistic where it said most men who are hung or have ruined genitals, which means big, they're the most cheated on demographic in the world because women get tired of getting stretched after a while. It's the cool thing, but eventually women cheat on them. And they're the most cheated on demographic, real talk. But you can offer, basically what they're saying, no matter how good it is, you got to bring something else to the table with a woman, bro. And women,
you better bring something there. Yeah, they bought you there. You they want no broke dude. Don't be want no broke dude. But funny thing though, some women do, but some women don't. Like I said, if you doing it right, they'll put up with some broke nigga for a long time though. That's what should be hella funny, man. That's just some of these women that like some of the ones that are weak minded. But like I said, my homie, I almost said a name. I have to catch myself. I'm not gonna say a name, but yeah, she would definitely put him to get call Uber for him in a minute. Like, bruh, it's time to kick racks, bruh. Get up out the house. Bye bye. No, bye bye. No, for real. She go bye bye. She like, oh, I call Uber for 30. She like, he like, what? No, this yeah. You go home. You're not staying here. It's like, I got shit I got to do in the morning. Go home. But you already did what you needed to do. That's all I wanted. It's time for you to go home. You thought you were gonna spend the night and me cook breakfast for you. Oh no.
The one thing I learned very early in my life when I was dating was to listen to women, because generally when a woman tells you something, they've been thinking it for a while. If a woman says, I feel a certain way about this or a certain way about that, they were feeling that way 4 or 5 months ago. And they're just now telling you. And if you don't listen, that's when you end up getting kicked out of the curb 6 months later. But they lay it down for you 6 months before. And so, you know, when someone says something and alludes to something or you're not paying attention, that's when you're most in line to be whacked out. And if you don't tell a woman what you are up front, they will use it against you. So, you know, I used to tell women when I date, hey, this is what I want, this is what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a relationship, or I'm looking for a relationship. And so there can't be any back and forth when you lay everything out at the beginning. And I was always
man, I'm telling you this right now. So, man, the last chick I dated, man, you know what I mean? I met her at City College, San Francisco, and she's kind of a mixture, man. She Puerto Rican, Black, Hindu-Indian, man. All right, check this out. So we met because it was after I ran into this old weird motherfucker when I was trying to register for school. Yeah, this dude, man, was wearing like eyeliner and shit like that and dress, and he was like, "I'm so proud of you." I was like, "All right, nigga, whatever." He was like, "Don't I look pretty?" I was like, "Nah, nigga, get out of my way." It's like, bro, don't ask me that question, bro. For real, look, I have nothing against y'all, but bro, don't ask me if you look pretty. You don't. You look horrible. I said, but I'm not trying to be funny, bro. But you do nothing for me, so I'm just trying to get admitted to school. That's all I'm trying to do. We're a admissions officer, all right? And so, anyways, I said, man, while he was talking, then some other dude pulled up asking the same question. I'm like, all right, dude, y'all, what's that? You could tell they were young, like fresh out of high school. So I'm like, all right, let me walk away for a minute, man. The lady went to lunch. She said she'll be back, and the order would be maintained. Everybody had to take a number. So I left. I went to go walk to where it was like Cloud Hall, right up by the steps. So I started to walk the steps, and then I saw this chick, you know, sitting down. She was actually like she was doing some work. So I chopped it up with her for like an hour. Ended up getting a number. We were chopping it up. Basically, the whole idea was to only, you know, just fuck with each other just for a little bit. Not really to be in a relationship. She agreed to it. It was all good.
It's getting really
And
porn.
I banged her probably like twice, and then she was like, "Okay, so when we gonna see each other again?" I'm like, "Hey, I thought this was supposed to be like a like a one time thing. It wasn't supposed to be like no relationship or anything in that nature." So I ended up fucking with her again, and I ended up fucking with her I was fucking with her a while, probably for like 3 months before I realized I actually liked her. I was like, "Oh man, this went the wrong way, bro." So I wasn't supposed to like her or nothing like that, because that's not what I was looking for. So we ended up being in a relationship for about 4 years, 4.5 years, almost 5. And like I said, it all happened based off of I found her on accident, man. And then she ended up moving to down. Now she lives in Southern California in Glendale. She still has a house up here in the city. And just to make a long story short, like I said, at the end of the day, towards the end of our relationship, anyway, I was looking at other chicks, man. I wanted to mess with this Chinese chick so bad. So I said, well, the moment she ended up cheating, I was like, "Oh, thank you, I have an out." I was like, "I have an out, man. I want to go holler to the chick anyway." So I was like, "Oh, cool. It's a wrap." I said, "I get to go do my thing now, man." I went on a tear. I was living down in Southern California, but I was like, man, he said, "Why are you in Southern California?" I said, they were like, "Oh, I understand." He said, "When you gonna move down there?" I said, "I'm trying, brother. That's the whole goal. Long term, move down here." The only thing was that, like I said, all the jobs up here pay way more than it does in SoCal, man. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't left yet. So I need to establish my own business, and then my long term goal is to move down to LA.
You know, the crazy thing is, as African Americans, I guess the majority of us are in this chat room and on this panel. We had to, in my opinion, we have to take the shackles off of our religious beliefs and and certain things that have been ingrained in us to be a certain way, because a lot of us just don't follow them. A lot of us, we pay lip service to it, but we keep it secretive. If we're more open and more and more forthright with how we approach things, we can have those relationships that that we see in movies, you know, where the white people get along with their exes, or the white people get along with their spouses with children. But a lot of things that we take into our community, traditionally are set up to tear us up and tear us down and break us apart. Keeping secrets is a difficult thing to do. Just be honest. Hey, look, I love you, but I want to go knock somebody else off. I'm married to you. I want a divorce. You know, we all fail. We've all made major mistakes in our lives. Man, how the hell did we get on this subject? But anyway, we make mistakes, but being open and eschewing some of the BS that we do will help us further along as human beings and as a community. Polygamy to me. I've never seen anything wrong with polygamy, Beverly Rose, ever in my life. Hell, people want to talk about you got to be married to one woman and one man, but polygamy's in your Bible. Polygamy's in the Quran. Polygamy is all over the world. Kings and queens, multiple partners. So Solomon was the ultimate polygamist, if you believe the story of Solomon. 300 wives and 700 concubines. Come on, that's polygamy on mutation. And so people need to stop the bullshit, stop the madness. You know what? If you don't want to be married, that's fine. If you want heirs, get as many heirs as you can, because we need more African American kids. You know, and that's just the truth. Abraham and Beverly Rose, according to the Bible, Abraham, a lot of people don't know this, but Abraham had 12 sons and had multiple concubines and wives. He had daughters, you know, and then you got to go into the religious stuff. And I'm not a religious guy. I just know this stuff because I grew up with it. But polygamy is how people do the damn thing. Polygamy is a natural occurrence. The need to reproduce, the need to see something that you like and want to reproduce with it is a very natural thing for a man. For a woman, it's less so. You know, I'm not saying not to believe in the Bible, Beverly Rose. I'm just saying the examples in the Bible that are written in there is what I'm using. And so it's not about believing in the Bible, but the actual practices established in the Bible are true. The practices of polygamy, the cultural practices are real, and so or were real. And so we went into an age in the last 500 years where people have dwindled down their definition of marriage, and so now it's you know, having kids and having a bunch of field hands to till the farms, and now it's about having kids you can afford. And that's just the truth, you know?
Yeah, I'm back. What's going on? I'm seeing the whole conversation. And
yeah, we went into other shit, CJ.
Yeah, it definitely explains.
This conversation is good, man.
Yeah,
because it's good to get away from some of the bullshit sometimes. But man, yeah, man, I agree, man. I can agree with that shit, man. It's, you know, you think about getting married, and then, you know, if you do date a chick, you're like, when we gonna get married? Or like, this whole marriage thing is just a fantasy. You know what I mean? It's a government agreement, man. It's a sign. You got to sign a contract with the state that you reside in. So you sign that contract, then it also ends up becoming a federal contract too. But it's, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it just
if it don't go right, either way, if it's your fault, not your fault, you still in the shitter financially.
Right.
You heard about actor Jesse? What's his actor name? The Jesse Williams guy?
Yeah.
He had to pay $100,000 in alimony and child support per month.
Yeah, Jesse Williams, man. Yeah, because I guess it didn't work out between him and his wife, and he ended up fucking with her. I guess her best friend or some shit like that too. Like they was a friend of the family, something like that. Like I guess she was waiting for her opportunity. That's just so like,
damn,
yeah,
but $100,000, like goddamn. I mean, what was you doing before I met you?
Yeah. Oh, he paying $100,000. He paying $100,000 a month. Nas pays $50,000 a month for Kelly's. Kelly's like, you know, that's just not enough. How the fuck is $50,000 a month not enough?
Dude,
What
$5,000.
And what kid need fucking $50,000 a month? If you can't take care and provide for him and put him in the best schools and all that shit to get him there, that's on you. Give him here.
Hey, CJ, it's time for my woman to go see the Bay Bridge, bro.
Hey, hold on.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Hold up.
Break a roof.
Hold on.
Boat ride, bro. Boat ride to the Pacific Ocean.
Hold on. Hold on. Roman Jesus in the chat says marriage is for bitch niggas. So I'm a married man. If you saw me, you wouldn't call me a bitch nigga, bro. I'm very fucking true. I ain't never been no bitch nigga.
Hey, just to let you guys know, World Breaker 6'4", bro. He ain't no little ass nigga either, bro. So
I just lost weight. I'm 230. I lost 20 pounds.
Just saying, man. That nigga already ready to go. But I'm just gonna keep it 100 though. Like I said, man. Like I said, you know, you date a chick for a long time. You're like, when we gonna get married? Why we gotta get married though? Why we gotta ruin what we got? You know, what we got is working.
Most women just want that. Most women just want that fantasy wedding, dog.
I know, bro. It's like that's all bullshit. As soon as you get married, things start going downhill. It seems like a lot of time. Not for everybody. You know, some people it works out for, but it just seems like at least most of the time in America.
No, most time it work out is the woman get a nigga a leash.
Let me tell you a true story. Story of the diamond. De Beers, which is the most famous and the largest diamond company in the world, marketed diamonds over a 60-year period to be the go-to artifact for engagements. Diamonds in the early 1800s weren't commonplace for engagement, bro. You either gave a dowry. And so what happens was De Beers comes up with this idea in the mid to late 1800s to market diamonds over the course. They don't put their names on advertising diamonds. They don't do anything where it relates in their mind to diamonds. What they do is say, well, diamonds are a girl's best friend. Diamonds are the thing for engagements. It's what commemorates. And so by the 1920s, diamonds became the go-to standard for engagements. If you check back 125 years, motherfuckers ain't giving people diamonds for marriages. Like, bitch, I need a wife, I need children, and that's it. Can I get that? Here, I'll give your daddy a cow, a horse, and a donkey, and we can get married. That's how motherfuckers traded up.
Yeah, I believe that.
It's just the truth. And so we've created and concocted, well, these companies, these corporations have created and concocted these things that people buy into in order to facilitate their money. And so that's why people got to go against the grain and actually learn something and understand why we practice the things that we practice, and then make the conscientious choice to either continue it or eschew it and go into something else. See, I'm going into some other shit. I need to stop.
Hey, well, anybody, what y'all think about the fight? A couple fights this week. Well, only really one fight. That trash ESPN card. Y'all know about it? Not Brian J. What's Ramirez fighting somebody from Colombia with a lot of knockouts?
Is it Zerto Ramirez?
Yeah, him. Yeah, Zerto Ramirez. He's fighting regular ESPN.
He fighting on regular ESPN. I know. I like to watch Zerto fight, but I mean, I know his resume isn't that great. So, man, I'm not sure about this dude. I don't know if you ever heard of him or not. I'm gonna have to go look up. I'm gonna look him up.
I'm gonna have to go look him up. I did my homework on him. Yeah, but he got a lot of knockouts. He from Colombia. I'm just tired of seeing Ramirez and fucking one-sided fights. Dog. He ain't never had a step-up fight. Never. Even you want to say Arthur Abraham was a step-up fight, dog? You can say it, dog. He ain't never had a step-up fight.
Hey, basically you tired of watching the bum bash.
Exactly.
Hey, is your boy Roman Jesus? Is he
That's the top ranked way though, bro. I don't know why everybody's surprised. Most top ranked fights, they're like matchroom fights where it's all mismatch, where you got guys crushing bums over and over again. I don't like top ranked fights for the most part. You know what I mean? Outside of watching Bud and Lomachenko, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Timothy Bradley got a multi-year extension with ESPN to keep calling fights. I can't stand that nigga, dog. I like him as a fighter.
Fucking horrible, bro.
Yes, dog. And maybe he will improve, but him and Mark Kriegel, man, I can't do it, dog. I can't do it for multi.
They overstate things like, oh my God. I mean, Lomachenko's just so amazing. I mean, we've never seen that. Look at that side step right there. I mean, that's the first time I've ever seen it in my life. It's absolutely astonishing. Oh my God. Wow.
These motherfuckers act like Lomachenko is the best thing since sliced bread.
You ain't lying, bro. And then when Timothy Bradley, hold on, when Timothy Bradley say, "Oh, I think Terrence Crawford is better," it's like the whole set stop. Like, what did you just say?
No, you're not supposed to say a black guy's better than Lomachenko. That's not possible. Come on, Lomachenko's better than Lomachenko could beat Muhammad Ali right now. I mean, Muhammad Ali, if they went in time. I mean, if he fought Cassius Clay, especially like that in his prime, he'd whip his ass. I mean, I know there's a huge weight gap, but still, I mean, come on.
And they fucking suck, dog. I be listening, dog. I'm like, I can't. I mean, HBO. I mean, it's the craft of calling the fight is just, oh my god, it's shitty.
Oh, but top rank announcers make Jim Lampley sound great. That's how bad they are.
And even Paulie Malignaggi has become a little bit a UK fanboy too, dog. He works for Sky Sports, man. So he goes over, and now he's trying to play this whole AJ Wilder thing down the middle, like it's not AJ. He know better. He knows better. And then looking at the whole situation. Go ahead.
No, I said he just don't want to offend, man. He's trying not to offend. That's the whole point. It seems like everybody's trying to play.
Paulie wearing on me too. If I gotta hear the change the speed on the jab one more fucking time, like god damn, my nigga, come up with a new saying, bro. Every 100,000 fighters you see, they can't have that same issue. If you change the speed on the jab, well, I mean, what did it do for your career? I'm just tired of him, dog. My favorite dude, man, of modern time. I like Roy because as far as him being a commentator outside the other BS. I like Roy because he always checking them niggas on HBO. He stay checking Jim Lampley and Max Kellerman.
You like Tarver? Didn't you like Tarver?
Oh, Tarver was the best. Of modern time of now. Last few years. I love Tarver. Tarver was my guy calling fights, man. And I
remember Sugar Ray Leonard. When they brought him in after he retired, Sugar Ray Leonard. I remember Sugar Ray Leonard calling.
They had him calling fights on when Premier Boxing Champion started. It was all right. He was big sucking too.
Yeah, no, He don't win this. I just remember him. But who else used to call?
Robert Guerrero, not bad. Guerrero, not bad. I like Guerrero.
Yeah, HBO was all right when especially in the early years. But once Jim Lampley became an integral part of the broadcast, then it started going the wrong way. It started being about the guys he liked.
Business. Yeah, exactly. It became being. I really don't dislike Max Kellerman. He all right. He cool. It's just like Jim Lampley.
He was cool before he became a company, man. Now he don't want to offend Jim Lampley now. And that's like, man, fuck Jim Lampley, man. I'm like, man, I don't want to hear
Jim Lampley and Larry Merchant and Harold Letterman. All three of them motherfuckers can go.
Yeah, but Jim Lampley, like, well, we know that Floyd Mayweather likes abusing women. Like, so do you. Shit, man. Like I said, we just go act like you didn't do what you did, pushing a woman down the stairs. Who are you?
Exactly. Shit, man. It started to become personal. It started to become personal. You know what I'm saying?
I missed it. I had to step away. Who y'all talking about?
We talk about boxing commentators now. I don't know how we got on this shit, but
Tim Lampley.
Tim Bradley got a multi-year deal to call fights with ESPN,
and he's trash.
Yeah, I think Max Kellerman is the best analyst, but he's under contract, so he can't really spit that shit he really want to spit. And so
we just talked about that shit too.
Yeah.
I like it. Go ahead. Roy the best as far as out of all the people that's current. I know Roy, with the Wilder situation, but at least he be checking the shit out of Kellerman and Lampley and the rest of the clowns.
Yeah. I didn't like who was always trying to make him nice to everybody with George Foreman. He said, I don't know, he's still dangerous. I might still getting his ass whooped, getting the brakes beat off of him. I remember when Floyd was beating the brakes off of Diego Chico Morales, and he was like, he still got a chance. He still got that power. Like, man, look at this boy again. He getting like not just like this ain't even close.
He won't pump that left jab. He won't pump that. If he used that left jab, he wouldn't have as many problems with Floyd as right now. I hated that motherfucker, dog.
He just had a turkey leg in his hand. Everything would be good.
That's how I remember watching that fight, dog, and him just. Man, like I said, man, Tarver was my favorite, man. Tarver kept it real, dog. Even though he was juicing on the sideline, Tarver was the shit, dog. He called it straight down the middle. Everything he said was on point. It wasn't the same redundant phrases like change the speed on the jab, change. Paulie is changing, dog. It used to be more organic with Paulie. Now Paulie is tap dancing, man. I'm sorry.
No, I'm telling you, Sky Sports, bro. He went to Sky Sports, and now he has major access to Anthony Joshua. And he does work with Eddie Hearn, and I'm telling you, that's what's happened, bro. It happens, and also about because they don't. He's loved in the UK now, and he wants to maintain that UK support. And I'm talking about for the UK casuals, man. And that's what it comes down to, not trying to offend. You know what I mean? He always says stuff like, I would have loved to have fought in the UK, you know what I mean? Like in Wembley Stadium, something like that. I mean, because it's the greatest atmosphere in the world. And it's like, man, fuck out of here, dude. You know, I said, man, I want to hear that shit about that soccer stadium, dude. What's so great about going to go to a fight where you got to watch the screen? Can't you just watch TV at home? I mean, it's like, man, you got to watch, literally, you paying to watch TV. Because when you go sit in the nosebleeds up at a soccer stadium, which is basically like a football stadium, you aren't watching the boxing match. You're not looking at the ring because you can't see shit. You're looking at the jumbotron. So what's the point of going to go pay for a fight to go watch the jumbotron? Wouldn't you just stay home and watch at home?
Yeah, especially when the jumbotron ain't like it is at Jerry World. What up to my homie Vince Camper, the body snatcher? What's going on, bro? Y'all in the off season over there in the UK? You know, I mean, over there in overseas, he hoop overseas and shit. He was the Drew League MVP way back when and shit.
Oh, bro. Hey, you know, so hey, CJ, when we talk about college football, but we do forgot to incorporate some high school football into it too, man. And some of the
that's part of it. Yeah, we could do that as well too, man.
I would goddamn it in high school football. No, I'm just fucking with you.
Hey, you want to get in this War Break? You want to join with us?
Yeah,
I got to get back at it, man. But you know, just in my area. I know we got South Lake Carroll, who won like 5 straight.
Yeah, that's one of the top schools, bro. Yeah, you should definitely if you get a chance to, I don't care if you just go check out one game, go check out some prospects, and you know, just give us your take on it. Just give us your take on who you think's good.
You got English Trinity, you got Alito, you got Lancaster, you got DeSoto, all in the same fucking area, bro. We got powerhouses all over this, just in Dallas Fort Worth. I ain't talking about Houston or San Antonio.
Hey, why they be going in on Fort Worth niggas, dog? Hold on for a minute. Shout out to Vince. All right, he said he home. It's the off season now. I've been in a predominantly Dallas sports group. They always going in on Fort Worth niggas, dog.
Hey, you know what? Fort Worth dominate them in basketball, though.
Oh, okay, now it's making sense now.
Right, and so you don't. Some of your best NBA guys that came out of Dallas Fort Worth came out of Fort Worth, and so. You got Coach, what's his name? That used at Coach Dunbar for 50 years, who's the all-time winningest coach in basketball history, and of course, the all-time winningest high school basketball coach ever. He's still alive. He like 94, 95. He just retired a few years ago, but his son took over at Dunbar. My cousin was the principal at Dunbar a few years ago. But hey,
hold on. Beverly Rose said, I watch college football because the uniforms look pretty.
Yep. People forget Dennis Rodman came out of Dallas Fort Worth after he was.
Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah, that is true. I'm a big Pistons fan.
He's from South Dallas. It's a lot. What is the Sasser brothers? It's a lot of dudes. Chris Bosh.
Yep, I'm going to say Chris Bosh.
You know, it's a lot of dudes that what's his name? Miles Turner, who I know personally.
Miles Turner.
Yeah, gig him. Texas A&M Aggies, man. Gig him.
Miles Turner. I remember when Miles was in the 8th grade, he was 6'4", and then that summer he grew to 6'10" over the summer when we were watching him because his dad coached the 8th grade boys summer league and I coached the 7th grade boy summer league because my son is a year under Miles and they're real good friends, and I literally watched Miles hit 6'10" by the 9th grade, and shit, I think he's listed at 6'11" or 7 foot now.
Yeah, right around there.
So, but Miles, I watched him develop from a very, very clumsy kid into a fucking superstar. It took 2 summers before he was a top prospect in the nation, and to watch him go from what I saw, who his dad was working with. His dad's a pretty big dude. His dad's about 6'4", 6'5". But to watch him go from what I saw in the 7th and 8th grade to what he was by high school, shit, bro, that was amazing. That was amazing.
Yeah, Dallas got some people. Bosh, I mean Gerald Green. I'm not Dallas, but just Texas in particular. Bosh, you got CJ Miles.
You got what's his name? Who used to play for Denver? They went to Hillcrest. What's his name? Kmart.
Martin, number 1 overall pick.
Yep.
Are you talking about Kevin Martin or Kenyon Martin?
Kenyon Martin. Kenyon Martin went to Hillcrest in North Dallas. Yeah. That's where he graduated from.
So Go ahead.
But yeah, AAU and all that stuff, man, is deep in Texas. Probably the last 15 years, AAU has been really strong. But like when I was in high school, I had a 52-inch vertical in high school, but we didn't have AAU leagues like they did after I graduated high school. So if I could have parlayed my athleticism in the hoop skill, I probably could have did something with it. But I'm glad that the development of AAU has really helped Dallas-Fort Worth really shine, because a lot of cats weren't getting any attention out of here for basketball at that time. Football's a goddamn
the East. Yeah, it was the capital, that Southwest and out West. Niggas always look to Chicago and New York for hoopers. You know, Philly, right. Baltimore. You know, down on the East Coast and Midwest for the hoopers. And the basketball, I mean, for the football players, is always in the South. You know, for the South, but that's changed too. You know, Cali is getting into the mix. You know, and everybody else, man. But
California always been a hotbed for basketball and football, man. Really, for baseball is our number one. But from when it comes like California, because our state's so big, we've always put out top 5-star talent all across the country and stuff like that. We always gonna.
But as far as like massive football, it was always been like Texas and Florida though.
Yeah, it is though. The Southwest, the South region is just more people out in the South. So yeah, it produces a lot of talent. But I'm just talking from California. California takes care of the entire Pac-12 for the most part alone.
Yep. If you look at Oregon, Arizona, and even Michigan still prospects out there all the time with Justin Ferguson.
Michigan gets players. So does Oklahoma. Oklahoma and Michigan gets a lot of players from the state of California.
Those teams that got that epic pipeline. That's why.
Notre Dame too gets a lot of players.
They done fell off though. They done fell off.
Georgia boy and Vince Camper, I can still jump. I don't know what my vertical is, but I know it's over 35, 36. So even out of shape, now hadn't hooped since I was in my early 20s, I can still dunk. Shit, my dad was 5'11" and could stand under a goal and dunk, so I get it honest. And he was dunking in his 50s. So yeah, that shit is natural.
See, I stopped hooping when I came home from college, though. It was a wrap. I just didn't want to do this shit. No, shit wasn't fun.
I know it was never fun to me. People just spent their lives doing that shit. Like, nigga,
I was one of them young dudes that spent my lives hooping and playing football and shit like that. Though I used to live to hoop and play football. That shit changed over time, man.
I played football, man, since I was about 8-9 years old, man.
Me too.
And that's what I said. Ended up burning out. That's what happened. I ended up burning out, man. I was like, all right, man. I'm happy I didn't go. And knowing what I know now about CTE, I'm happy as hell that I didn't go and continue to go do that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I actually have friends who got fucked up from that shit. So you know what I mean. I love football, and I do think there's things that they can do because they actually haven't developing technology long term. I do think that they're gonna have helmets that's going to prevent brain damage. You know what I'm saying? I do think that because they are still steadily working. At
the end of the day, anything that's bringing a golden reward like that gonna come with a yin and a yang. That's what it is. You know,
but they will have helmets. No, so they will have helmets.
Yeah, I seen them working on them. I seen them. They got prototypes and stuff of that nature.
Yeah, it's gonna be helmets where it's gonna absorb the shock. So it's not gonna. So you're not gonna get the depth. You're still gonna be able to slam helmets, but it's not gonna rattle your brain because I'm telling you, give it 15, 20 years. I'm telling you, people are like, oh shit, he was right. Yeah, the helmets that absorb the shock. That's all it is. Because you know when you slam into somebody, you can have something where it can actually move the shock, like absorb the shock, like make it instead of removing it from your brain and moving it down throughout your body, throughout your feet, and let it allow it to go out of your feet, go throughout the bottom of your feet to go into the ground. That's where your body doesn't even end up absorbing it.
Okay, look, I forgot about this. I seen this. Bernard Hopkins said Earl Spence Jr. is green, and I seen on Corey Lee. I seen the quote earlier.
I saw that shit too, man. That's bitter because Earl Spence didn't sign there, bro.
Exactly.
And let me answer this real quick. Hey, Vince, I could grab the rim in the 6th grade with 2 hands, and by the 7th grade, I could dunk. I was like 5'7". I was like 5'7" when I started dunking. And Georgia boy said most people with high verticals are real fast too. I was really fast too. I wasn't the fastest, but I was close. because I was better 200 runner than 100 runner, and I could high jump. So, like I said, I'm like 6'2.5". So, you know, I'm all right size, but my size doesn't show my leaping ability at the time. So that's how I just wanted to answer that.
All right. Quincy Pinola said, "Why y'all don't start an NBA channel?" I talk NBA on here, so I don't need to really start a channel.
Let's talk about that right now, man. As a matter of fact, where do you think LeBron James ends up? I just want to get everybody's take.
I don't give a fuck. He can end up.
Because James Harden kind of let out that he don't really want LeBron going to his team.
Yeah, because he gonna hurt him. He gonna hurt his game. Wherever LeBron go, man, niggas' games go down the toilet, man. Let's just keep it real.
Yeah, but wherever LeBron goes, they go to the bowl.
And he gonna pound the ball.
Yeah, he don't let nobody dribble that ball up the court more than 2 times in a row. You're not dribbling the ball. He'll like, damn, nigga. I was about to shoot that bitch. JR the only one. JR like, fuck that. He be looking at you. Here, man.
I'll be back, fellas.
Are you good? JR the only rebel. JR the only rebel on the team.
Yeah, LeBron want to pound the rock the whole time, man. And like, I understand that.
And listen to this though. Listen to this though, real quick. Hold on. Look, Paul George did his little show, episode 1 yesterday. Okay, right?
Right.
All right. It's very, very like in the third show he doing, he's going to announce where he's going, right? Like if you watch that show, it's mad. It's on YouTube right now. It's mad blatant that he going to the fucking LA Lakers, bro. He's going to the Lakers. I mean, just by watching that show, not even knowing nothing else you know about him.
If he's going there, you know where LeBron going. LeBron going to LeBron going there.
And they trying to trade Kawhi Leonard out. Kawhi Leonard, man, is the I don't fuck with no quitters, dog. That's like the Cardinals sin, the most baddest Cardinal sin in sports other than shaving points is being a quitter.
Right.
This nigga was healthy and he didn't want to play. Come on. Well, the Spurs misdiagnosed. Shit happens. What you want to do? Everybody ain't perfect.
Right.
He just don't want to be in San Antonio no more. Just say that. Like, I don't want to play in this weak ass city no more, or this boring ass city. No offense.
You want to be I don't blame him. No disrespect to San Antonio, y'all. No disrespect to San Antonio, but it ain't fucking with LA. Y'all know this. Even San Antonio know this. But the thing,
if he was really look, he turned out all that money. All right. Plus, not paying state taxes to go pay what? All them state taxes in California too. It must be that bad in San Antonio.
You still rich, but you live in LA. That's the whole. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Hey, no,
but you really not living there though,
right?
You can
live in LA. Yeah, you can live in LA during the off season all you want.
Exactly. You know, I guess being at home for 42 games a year, that is a big difference.
Also playing for the Lakers, though, man. The ideal playing for the Lakers. It is pressure, but you still playing for the Lakers, bro. The Lakers are still the premier team in all of basketball. If they get
they is though. But why would the Lakers? Okay, all right. They must don't believe in Kuzma, Lonzo, and Brandon Ingram, which I don't like Brandon Ingram for shit. I don't like
him. Trash.
Huh?
Lonzo trash. The little that I seen of him, trash.
No, he not trash, bro. People trying to hold him to the standard of being a scoring point guard. That's not him.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Because like I said, I hadn't seen a bunch of them. What I have seen of them, I didn't like as a basketball player.
He can play, dog. I ain't one of them motherfuckers gonna look, dog. I see him as a young Jason Kidd, how he was.
His daddy is the best.
He's rubbing everybody the wrong way, even me the wrong way. Like as far as a basketball player, world breaking fighting. Dude can defend. Dude can jump and dunk. Dude can score. His jump shot, I guess the releases was holding him back. But as far as doing all the things, what do you average? 11, 8, and 8? Come on, man. And 2.5 steals?
Talking to somebody that does not watch the NBA too.
That's what I'm telling you. Like what he can do. The perception is that he not do, but the perception is he's held to the same standard as a Damian Lillard, a Russell Westbrook, point guards that put the ball in the hole first. Other than on the other side being more of a John Stockton type of guy. You see what I'm saying?
The Dallas man guard that I saw a few times. That motherfucker's nice. He's athletic.
Who?
This I don't know his name, bro. He's a little. I think he looks like he's about 6'3", 6'4".
You talking for the Utah Jazz?
No, for the Mavericks, for the Dallas Mavericks.
Oh, talking about Dennis Smith Jr. One knee.
That's the name.
One knee. He got knee issues though, but he can play.
Oh, he does.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully they get under control. I like him. He come from NC State. He crazy, dog. He got crazy hops and crazy game. He more in that class of point guards. And
he's talking about Mitchell from the
I'm talking about Dennis Smith Jr. for the Mavericks. Dennis Smith Jr. from NC State.
Okay. I like Mitchell from the Utah Jazz, bro.
But Dennis Smith Jr. be just as good as Mitchell. He just his knee holding him back, though. You know?
Well, all it takes is good as that takes top of the line physical therapy, which Mark Cuban gonna provide. Period, like nobody else.
Yeah, he tore his knee up in high school, and I guess it's just like chronic, maintenance and shit like that. Yeah, Ingram. I can't stand Ingram, dog. That nigga, man. That nigga lips be red like he just dipped it in some Kool-Aid powder and shit, man. Fuck him.
That's fucked up. He can't go.
I think LeBron going to LA. After I seen that shit with Paul George yesterday, dog, he going to LA.
Oh, that's been a rumor. They said if Paul George if Paul George would have re-signed with OKC, then LeBron was gonna stay in Cleveland. That was the rumor.
Russell Westbrook gonna have a big ass hit list of niggas that he don't like.
Yeah, I know, bro. But it's his game, bro.
Yup, it is.
His game doesn't mesh well with other players.
But
really,
hold on. LeBron's don't neither though. LeBron game don't mesh well, but LeBron gonna get you to the championship though.
Right
in the East.
Russell Westbrook needs 4 shooters with his game.
Hey, if
for real,
go to the West, you gonna see him take them to the finals in the West. It's the same fucking shit.
I don't see him being Golden State, dog. Them niggas just too much, dog. It's too much, dog. He can
get interesting Western Conference Finals if he has.
Here's the thing: no, they won't. They won't be better. They won't be better than Houston. If Houston keeps their team together,
man. Bill, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Why? Because Chris Paul gonna get injured again.
Right.
That motherfucker is a convenient injury.
Though, without Kawhi Leonard, I can't see it, man.
Kawhi Leonard, man, like I said, man, he just want to go to LA.
But the Lakers gonna miss Julius Randle, man. I'm telling you right now, Julius Randle is starting to become a little bit of a player.
Yeah, he was developing like a motherfucker, dog.
Yeah, and they said the Utah Jazz said that they're gonna go after Julius Randle.
Yeah, him and Gobert to be good because Derek Favors, he ain't doing shit. But for Kawhi Leonard, that'd be a mistake for them to get Kawhi Leonard 3 wings. Because obviously they got to give up a few players, as well. But if you want to
wait till next year, they can sign them outright.
That too. But the thing about it is they need a big man. That's how you're gonna beat Golden State.
Yeah,
an active big man.
Yeah, but to me, that's what I've been saying, man. I think the third guy should be DeMarcus Boogie Cousins, bro. Boogie Cousins is one that can actually, especially if he can stay healthy with LeBron and them. But the problem with LeBron though, LeBron ain't no shooter, man. With Boogie Cousins, you need shooters around which can allow him to operate with getting double teamed.
Oh yeah, because he's gonna plug in the middle, like they say. Yeah,
because I mean that's what's gonna happen with LeBron. I run off LeBron.
Emmanuel said Kawhi should slide out to Philly. I like him in Philly. That'll be a good fit.
I don't know what the fuck.
No, Kawhi can play guard too, though. People think that Kawhi just has to play the 3. No, he doesn't. He can play the 2. He only 6'7".
He can be the 3 in Philly. It don't matter. Ben Simmons the point guard. It don't fucking matter.
That's what I said. Ben said, well, Ben Simmons is still considered a 3. But my point is he can play the 2.
What about the Greek Freak? That's who I like, who I've seen.
He got to get a jumper, dog.
Yeah, that's what's killing him, bro.
Jumper. But shit, he's 7 feet tall, dog. I mean, shit.
Fuck he don't play on the block, though. He don't play on the block, though.
He can't shoot. When his jumper ain't going, it's like all you got to do is just plug up the paint. Plug the paint.
Okay.
Because he don't play through the league. Look, Roy Breaker old school like me. These niggas don't play through the post no more, dog. That's dead. It's only 2 post players I could think of.
Marcus Cousins and Anthony Davis can do it.
That motherfucker be shooting to me. Both of them motherfuckers shoot to me. I'm talking about niggas that do it.
Who got him shooting? Who got them shooting threes like that?
Man, Zach Randolph and LaMarcus Aldridge is the 2 I could think off the top of the head that religiously really play through the paint every game. Anthony Davis, he want to drift out to the 3-point line. You ain't gonna win no games like that.
You know who I played a pickup game with a few times with my cousin who went to Phillips University that's now defunct. He won a D2 national title. I played with Bo Outlaw, and that shit tripped me out. How Bo Outlaw could ball, man. And I'm not talking about the shooter deal. I played a pickup game or 2 with Jason Kidd. Bo Outlaw can hoop on a rec court.
But you
Hell yeah, that
you guys
motherfucker
do know Alvin Gentry, the one who told Anthony Davis to shoot a bunch of threes. That's who got Anthony Davis doing.
Dwayne Casey telling Blake Griffin, dude, I want you to take 5 or 6 threes a game. I'm looking at that nigga like.
Let me ask y'all a crazy question. Can Michael Jordan dominate in today's NBA?
You said who?
Can Michael Jordan dominate in today's NBA?
That mother, him and Larry Bird might average 50 points by these old pussy ass rules.
Can't touch him, bro. You can't touch him.
Can't touch nobody, dog. Jordan be at the free throw line. He'll get 30 off the free throw line.
But I'll tell you who smashed everybody today. Kevin McHale would annihilate people because anybody used to guard the post.
In the era.
Kevin McHale would annihilate.
He was the greatest technical post player of all time. And these big men don't guard no more.
Either him or Hakeem.
No, Hakeem wasn't as technical. Hakeem shit was God given.
Yeah, Hakeem was.
His footwork came from soccer.
Yeah. Kevin McHale can teach a nigga how to do some of his move. Hakeem Olajuwon, either you got it or you don't got it.
Hey, the best way to compare Hakeem Olajuwon's game to everybody else was typewriter. This motherfucker was cursive.
Remember, World Breaker. Remember they gave that nigga David Robinson the MVP. And Hakeem Olajuwon seen that shit.
Had David Robinson ass jumping Marco Polo all goddamn day.
And that nigga, man, he said, I thought I played good defense on him, and I can try to say that with a straight face.
I remember when Hakeem Olajuwon would put, man, he was cooking Shaq, man.
Shaq in the finals?
Man. Woo, in the finals, man, he was cooking Shaq.
He put Shaq on skates, man. He put every big man. Hey, look, man, the NBA, that's why I tell people, dog, about Jordan and them dominating NBA. The NBA had Jordan turned the NBA from a guards to a big man league to a guard league.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have this, this NBA where none of the big men really defend. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this: What would a Will Chamberlain do in today's league? Because the Lakers. Yeah, the Lakers trying to keep this motherfucker.
I can't speak on Will, but I know Kareem will be that nigga though.
Yeah,
Kareem would be that nigga.
Nigga, they said Will Chamberlain was fucking superhuman in strength.
Oh, I heard.
They said he was a strong.
I'm gonna tell you somebody who fits in today though. You got to leave another guy. To me, because David Robinson would definitely be dominant in today's game, bro.
Oh man, shit! Look, David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, a young Alonzo.
The '90s be killing motherfuckers.
You ain't lying, bro. Like it was a different game. Like LeBron, when LeBron go to the rim, like what's the biggest person he got to go through?
Not a goddamn.
Or top Valanciunas, Al Horford. Al Horford would be riding the pine back in the day, man.
Hey, have you guys seen Arvydas Sabonis before he got injured? Have you ever seen any of him?
Sabonis was the truth.
Yeah, before he got hurt. I'm not talking about the one in Portland. I'm talking about when he was with the Russian team, man.
The Russian team, that motherfucker could do it all. He was the truth. Arvydas Sabonis is like
athletic as fuck.
He's the athlete I've ever seen in my life.
His son need to rip that Sabonis name off the back of his jersey. Motherfucker need the name a bonus. Start with an A. You get the S when you live up to the family name.
Adrian Sabonis was even-handed on the court, bro. And
had the sweetest passes post game. Had the 3 points. Hey, that nigga with that one that was with the Russian team.
Yeah, when he was with the Russian team, that motherfucker could move.
Yeah,
when he got to the NBA, he been
and handle the ball.
And handle the ball. When they talk about the greatest international players, they always leave him out and drive in Praktovic.
Dragan Petrovic. Yeah, that rest in peace, man. Small plane accident crash. That motherfucker was just drilling. That motherfucker was hitting threes like it wasn't nothing, man. Deep range too.
And what people don't understand about it is Steph Curry got 1 billion threes. Yeah, they just chucking threes up every time down because ain't nobody defending.
Yeah. No, Curry. See the thing, reason why Curry, they started defending Curry, but the reason because Curry actually practiced them threes from that range because he understands that they're going to get up on him, in him. So he practices threes from 35, 40 feet out, and they're forcing you to have to. But here's the thing, though. When you have to defend way out there, though, it spreads the floor. I was actually talking about this when I was talking about LeBron James Jr., and the school. I don't know if you saw that the team he went up against in the AAU championship game, them motherfucking kids were just drilling threes, and they had quick releases, bro. little guys, but the release was you couldn't get to the defender time. It was out of their hands, bro, and it was splashing. It wasn't like rattling threes, all net. I'm like, man, look at the NBA, bro. Gonna be the floor gonna be so spread.
Dominated in the league was Roy Tarpley. That played for the Mavericks. He was 7.
Roy Tarpley.
Yeah, Roy Tarpley could do the damn thing, but the motherfucker was always on dope.
Yeah,
you couldn't keep him on the team, but he was on the team. The Mavericks went to the Western Conference Finals and almost beat the Lakers in Game 7.
Was that 91?
No, it was 88. That was 88.
Mark Aguirre.
Right before Mark Aguirre got traded to the Pistons.
Yeah, that's the year. Yeah, that was the year before he demanded a trade to the Pistons.
Who was the other cat that was on the team that was talking shit about Mark Aguirre? Said they ain't like the motherfucker. What was his name?
Probably Rolando Blackman or Derek Harper.
Yep. No one Derek Harper. It was Rolando Blackman. That's what it was.
Yeah. Rolando Blackman, up until Dirk came, was the all-time leading scorer for the Mavericks. And
Dirk a bad motherfucker too, man. Dirk bad.
Dirk
See, the reason the Mavericks whooped the Heat because Dirk played his ass on the block. Yep. He said, I remember Avery Johnson saying, Dirk, get on the block, Dirk.
get on the block, God damn it. Come on, Dirk. You gotta play with the basketball, nigga. Come on.
But that was one of my other than the Detroit Pistons NBA Finals, dog. That was my favorite finals to watch. I could watch that shit from game 2. Well, fucking game 1. Game 2
when they won too, boy.
When they beat the Miami Heat, man, everybody a lot of people was going against the Miami Heat, bro.
And the Miami Heat was dancing and shit. And Jason Terry looked and said, all right, nigga, all right. And they came,
but here's the thing, it's what the Mavericks did. The Mavericks started to pack the paint because the Miami Heat had no shooters. They're like, man, we just take away the paint. They can't do shit. They figured it out.
LeBron mentally quit. That nigga had a meltdown. You see Sean Marion talking shit to him. Even Jason Terry was guarding him. That nigga melted down in that bitch. I enjoyed it because he's like, Tyson Chandler said, not 1, not 2, not 3. You know what? I love that finals, though. I can watch that shit all fucking day.
Avery Johnson got fucked over in all that equation. He gets fired by the Mavericks and he doesn't get another job in the NBA. It's really sad when a guy wins a championship who has a stellar career as far as what he was or what he came into the league as, and then can't get another job in the NBA.
He ain't got the complexion for the selection.
I don't disagree.
I'm gonna tell you what happened to Avery Johnson too.
Hold on, look how they did Dwayne Casey though. Yep. Motherfucker was the coach of the year. He got fired from the Raptors. Like, nigga, who does that?
Yeah, that motherfucker got the nigga treatment on that one.
Yep. But here's the thing, though. What happened to Avery Johnson, though? Avery Johnson lost to that We Believe team, bro. You know what I mean? That We Believe. Like, y'all lose to the. What's he lose to the 8th seed?
Oh yeah.
I had a feeling. I knew the Warriors was capable of beating that team for the simple fact that the Warriors not only won the regular season matchup, but the Warriors had absolutely no fear. It was a bad matchup. It wasn't just that. The Warriors won a better. They won a better team. They won a better team than the Mavericks.
Matchup: B. Diddy, Steven Jackson.
Yeah, because the Mavericks were a better team. The Mavericks were a better team than that Warriors, but the Warriors were just a bad matchup for them.
Yeah. Out of those old school, how would the Indiana Pacers, Reggie Miller's Indiana Pacers, had done in the NBA today against something?
It depends on which one. Which one? Talking about the ones that lost to the Lakers.
What's his name? The two guys with the same last name. I can't remember.
Dale Davis, Antonio Davis.
Yeah, Dale Davis, Antonio Davis.
I don't think they will win for the simple fact of this. They really only had one 3-point shooter. You know what I mean? So teams would just pack the paint.
Jalen Ross couldn't shoot it. Jalen Ross wasn't a shooter.
Yeah.
That'd be that.
They'd have trouble today because teams would just pack the paint, man.
They might
just guard Reggie Miller.
What about the Knicks of that era? The same team.
Same problem, bro. Same problem. They just pack the paint.
Well, who could have fucked with Charles Oakley?
Who would have fucked with?
It don't matter. Charles Oakley ain't scoring on you. He ain't like he just you scared of him from an offensive standpoint.
Patrick Ewing, I guess. Patrick Ewing. I can see that Houston team being dominant in this, at least in the East.
Yeah, because they can shoot, but that team can shoot.
Yeah,
I can see them being dominant. That Orlando team too. That lost with Shaq and Penny. That would be dominant.
Actually, the Houston Rockets team with that won the team that won the 2 when Michael Jordan was out. That team fits better today than probably any of the teams from the 90s, just because of the way they
shooting. But what the Magic do too? Because they have shooters. Penny
Yeah, Elijah wanted four. Yeah, Elijah wanted 4 shooters, bro. Elijah wanted 4 shooters.
But that Orlando team has shooters too. Dennis Scott, Nick Anderson when it wasn't the free throw line.
Yeah, Nick Anderson after his career died after the free throw line, bro.
Dog, the hell. That was a good team too. That was a real good team that could have fit. Because Shaq on the inside, when nobody in this league handling that Shaq.
Yeah, that was young Shaq. That was Shaq that could run.
Yup.
No,
so he could run up
that Shaq right there. That Shaq right there. It didn't matter. Even double, he dunked through double teams. Yeah. So there's really nothing you can do, man. I watched this dude dunk with people on his back. I saw him dunk with a guy on his back, another guy on his leg, and a guy on his arm. I like. Well, yeah, what can you do, bro? I mean,
even Shaq.
When him and Kobe won that first title, it wasn't stopping them niggas. Glenn Rice and wasn't nobody beating that team. Wasn't nobody beating what was it? The 2001 Lakers. 2002. Wasn't nobody beating them. Not that year. I'm sorry. Wasn't nobody beating them.
No, Shaq was too timid and Kobe was too good.
I like the Nick Van Exel Lakers that was right before those teams. The Nick Van Exel
win shit though. Eldon Campbell, Nick Van Exel, Lottie Divac.
Yeah, I thought
Van Exel Jones. They had them ugly ass Laker uniforms. Yeah, I like that team too. But they, Kobe and Shaq.
Campbell. Here's the thing. Campbell was somebody who Eldon Campbell is somebody who had ability. Who, for whatever reason, I don't know. Like his mind was lazy. It's like he looked like he played sleep. Like he would show up sometimes. Sometimes he show up, you be like, damn, this dude can be real good. And then all of a sudden, like this nigga, like I'm gonna take the rest of the year off now.
The Lakers went through a few centers. What about that boy that was in Cleveland?
Let me tell you about Eldon Campbell though. I remember this dude.
He said a boy that was in Cleveland. Who are you talking about?
That motherfucker had a lot of talent, but he couldn't hold it together, and he was fucking coaches wise and shit like that. I can't remember that motherfucker's name.
This is in the 90s?
No, this is not too long ago.
He's talking to one of LeBron's mama.
No,
he won a center though.
No, I'm talking about that. It started with a B.
Bynum.
Bynum. Yeah.
Oh, Bynum. Okay. Bynum. Bynum was from the Lakers though. He was his best.
Lazy motherfucker, dog. He was another lazy motherfucker.
Yeah, he was. He should have been way better his too. But I'm talking about Eldon Campbell would have games where he'd be like 41, 24, you know what I mean? And then he have like 8 blocks. And then he would do it against a dominant team. He was like, wow, man, this dude, when he really wanted to, when he was motivated, he'd give you games like that. Then he wouldn't do shit else.
He won a championship with the Pistons in 2004. Then he retired.
Yeah, he lazy, bro.
Antonio McDyess. Hey, don't forget Antonio McDyess. Niggas laugh at me. Antonio McDyess was arguably the greatest, the best player in the NBA when he played for the Nuggets till he injured that knee. Antonio McDyess was a monster.
Yeah, the knee and the back injuries, bro. Antonio McDyess back injuries. I remember Antonio McDyess from Alabama. I watched Antonio McDyess when he was at Alabama because I believe he played with Latrell Sprewell there at Alabama, bro.
Hey,
I tell you, Alabama was pretty nice. Huh?
Latrell was talented too. He just was fucked up in the head at times.
That nigga wasn't taking no shit. Pat, pat, pat. When you say you get them hands.
He chucked the shit out of PJ Carlesimo. That was such a big ass story out here. Man, people are like, well, the pro people just choked, but he was tired because PJ Carlesimo would be like, come here, boy. Hey, ain't no black man gonna keep taking and getting called boy over and over again, bro. But white dude, bro.
And remember people talk about Kobe getting pieced up by Chris Child. Remember Anthony Peeler, Bo, Kevin Garnett? That shit was funny as a motherfucker. Niggas forget that, dog. He bowed the shit out of that nigga, dog. Kevin Garnett got in his face. Anthony Peeler was like, bop, bop.
Hey, the most thuggish motherfuckers that ever played basketball were Rick Mahorn and what's his face? Lambeer.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody was
Bill Lambeer to get his ass whooped, though, but would come back for more.
Yeah.
He didn't care.
Rick Mahorn, hey, motherfuckers wasn't even going near Rick Mahorn ass though.
Oh,
and they stole that nigga from that team and put him on the expansion team. After he won the first title, they put him on, I think, on the Wolves or whatever the fuck it was. Right. So they always fuck Detroit though. Like we should have had 3 in a row because there wasn't no fucking foul on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Bill Lambeer. They always fucking nuts though. Anytime Detroit won a championship, they changed the rules. Right. We won the first championship. Oh, you can't touch Jordan anymore. We got fouls and technicals and flagrants. That's when the Pistons.
I forgot. Wasn't the first year of the Hornets and Miami Heat? The Hornets were able to land Alonzo Mourning right away. I believe it was the first year.
Alonzo Mourning was traded to the Heat.
No, so he got traded to the Miami Heat. He was drafted by the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, he started with Charlotte first.
He used to play with Muggsy Bogues. Used to be the point guard.
Remember they had Bobby
Muggsy Bogues was the point guard there.
Turnover ratio in NBA history, bro.
Yeah, because also remember because Steph Curry, daddy was starting shooting guard on that team, 2 guard.
All-time leader.
Remember that, and you go a little bit deeper in the Hornets scene. They have remember Bobby Phillips and David Wesley. One of them passed. One of them died. I think it was Bobby Phillips.
Yeah, Bobby Phillips. Yeah, David Wesley on the Warriors still. Will get probably gonna retire.
No, not David Wesley, man. David Wesley, man.
David West came after that, but yeah, if you talking about Phillips, yeah, one of them dudes that died like forget
Bobby Phillips. They played together.
Minor do in today's league.
And they played together. You hear me? They played together. David Wesley and Bobby Phillips. They was a backcourt in the Hornets.
Yeah.
Right.
So I remember Chris head niggas look alike.
Was it Chris Paul? I think did Barry no, what you
Baron Davis?
Baron Davis, yeah, end up because I remember Baron Davis is not what he was supposed to be. Baron Davis at UCLA in freshman year before he tore his knee up. Oh my God. People really don't know how good Baron Davis should have been if he would have stayed healthy. Once he knee up, he started to get a little bit of weight. But he was a freak athlete, bro.
With that old ass white lady. He must
some of the I think one of the deepest teams I ever saw in my life was like the 84 76ers, bro. Because that's that team that had Charles Barkley and Dr. J and a Lotus. I can't remember everybody on there, but team
was it I don't think
Charles Barkley wasn't there yet. Charles Barkley wasn't there yet.
Charles Barkley, then it had to be 85 because there was a year where they were all on the same team. Charles Barkley was either a rookie.
Yeah, because Dr. J took Charles Barkley to get some suits and shit. I remember hearing that story. Taught him how to be a professional.
Yep. And Charles Barkley, that's when Charles Barkley was only about 240. It could move.
Only about 240.
Hey, Charles ain't never been little, dog. So
Charles Barkley was amazing though, man. He was only like 6'4".
He was, man. Sean Kemp, somebody said Sean Kemp, man. Sean Kemp was a monster.
It was 80. I see 85, 86, 76ers had Barkley and Maurice Cheeks and Dr. J on that motherfucker. Yep.
Yeah, that team is deep as a mother. Shit, they should have went somewhere, man.
The Sixers were real deep. Matter of fact, oh man, who else was real good? Because I mean, the Celtics had just I think that was right around the time Celtics acquired Bill Walton, which at that time he was signed.
The Celtics would have been the
man, Len Bias, and then it was also Reggie
Diaz.
Not Reggie Diaz.
But if Len Bias hadn't died, there wouldn't be no Bulls. I promise you that. Because Larry Bird would have extended a few more years out because the load wouldn't have been on. So, and then we had that athletic guy.
Celtics had a horrible history because they got Len Bias, he died, and then they discovered Reggie Diaz. Was it not Reggie Diaz? Was it what was his name? Cali, the one that was a part of that Baltimore 30 for 30.
I know who you're talking about. Just kidding.
Reggie, I can't remember his last name, but Reggie Williams or something like Cali might have been right, but he was out cold.
And people forget those twin tower teams from Houston with
Reggie Lewis. Yeah, because Reggie Lewis was getting ready to become a superstar.
Yeah, he was.
That's who he was. Reggie Lewis. Reggie Lewis
was a beast. Reggie Lewis was a beast. Yeah, there was some dudes in there that would have.
He was locking up Jordan.
No, because they were playing with those two guys. With those two dudes, they were ready. They were ready to pass the torch or move on from Larry Bird, who had back problems and stuff like that. Man, they would have continued this whole run, most definitely. The Celtics would have continued their run.
It's funny how the fucking Lakers and Celtics always bounce back though. Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah, the Celtics are here for another long fucking run. The Celtics about to go on another long run, and the Lakers gonna be back too. And to me, the Lakers though, if the Lakers wouldn't have got LeBron, in my opinion, or anything like that, and would have stayed with the young pieces that they have, they would have acquired some more young pieces eventually and got another young superstar. The Lakers is gonna get ready to compete too, in my opinion, to start competing for the going a long run in the near future. So I mean, I don't think the Lakers was definitely on the comeback.
Yeah, either way, they was good. Michael Johnson said, if I don't get a big free agent, I'm stepping down. Shut the hell up. You probably want to step down by saying that shit. You probably do. Or you already know Paul George and Brian coming. You already know that shit, man.
Yeah, they coming.
People forget about the Portland Trailblazers. Man, the NBA.
They got to get rid of some of them young players, though, man, in order to, you know what I mean?
motherfucker. I'm talking about back in the day.
So with Terry Porter and Cliff Robinson and
Clyde Drexler.
Yeah, Clyde Drexler and them motherfuckers. Whoop their ass. Fuck Ducksworth, nigga.
Drum cursing.
We whoop their ass. Then they got their ass whooped by Jordan.
Yeah, it's just that what I'm saying is the depth on those teams.
Oh yeah, the depth. Yeah, that was a good ass team to be honest.
It's kind of like the '92 Cowboys. You couldn't fade those motherfuckers. They were deep as a motherfucker. Teams back.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you. Like I said, the '96 Seattle Sonics.
Hold on, but yeah, it was deep too. But hold on, the '92 Cowboys. See, you motherfucking Cowboy fans out here.
The '92
That was some real fucking. Hold on, that was some real team. Now that shit y'all putting out there with Romo, I like that. Dakota.
Hey, hold on, Minnesota. The Minnesota Vikings built that team, bro, with that stupid ass trade for Herschel Walker.
Herschel Walker. Look. I hate the Cowboys. I don't hate the Cowboys because they the Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys because your fucking fans living back in '92. Now that's when I fuck with them. With Deion, Deion was a little bit later with the little fucking handkerchief shit.
We just talking about
that was some real teams.
We talking about deep teams. You know, I'm just referring to deep teams over the history.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that was a real team. Yeah. You know, y'all fans think that shit y'all putting out there with Romo was a real team. That wasn't no real fucking team.
I never said that. They did have a team.
No, I'm just saying. I know you didn't say it. I said y'all fans. Now, what y'all building now?
Hey, bro, you got to give it up to. I hate to say this, but you got to give it up to the '94 49ers too. That was a real deep team. And I fucking hate the.
Oh yeah. Deion was on that team.
They were just as deep as Dallas. Those teams. Yep. Those teams back in the day were fucking awesome, man. Hell, I remember Stan Humphrey and the San Diego Chargers were some contenders.
The Niners and Cowboys was the Super Bowl.
Oh, they were the Super Bowl. If whoever came out of there
until Boy popped his head in, until John Elway got Terrell Davis and he got over that hump, and then Green Bay popped their head in for a minute.
Could you imagine? The '90s Buffalo Bills running the motherfucking show today? Shit, who could fuck with them?
Them niggas was playing in
deep. That Buffalo team was deep. Field goal kicker, man. All they needed was a field goal kicker.
Man, nigga, them niggas what the fuck. Me being a Lions fan, I'd rather not fucking make it than lose 4 straight Super Bowls. I go down there and choke Matthew Stafford to fucking death.
Or how about
losing the Super Bowl? That's the worst feeling ever, bro.
No, I don't want to look here. I tell niggas all the time, you be happy with the Lions? Would you be happy with the Lions getting to the Super Bowl? No, they got to win that bitch because I got the saving funds and everything. Because when they go to that bitch, nigga, I'm going to my second Super Bowl. I'm going with the whole fit on, the Calvin Johnson's on, the Lions, everything. We represent. We not losing if we ever make it, which we ain't gonna never make it. But
now, do y'all remember the '92 Oilers that lost to the Bills in the conference?
Oh, 38-3 at halftime and lose 35-0 at halftime and you lose 38-35. Horrible.
I remember watching. I maybe like 13 or 14. Watch that shit. Oh, what the fuck?
They just came back on that. That was Boy Daddy. That was the coach over at the for the Oilers.
No, that was just the playoffs. The Atlanta Falcons did against the Patriots just a couple years ago.
Matt Ryan is a shitty ass quarterback, but when you think about the grand scheme of things, everything he got around him, no fucking way he not won the Super Bowl last year. Fuck the Eagles. This nigga got Julio, Sanu, 2 dog ass running backs. You said what?
Drew Brees old ass on that team. They clown.
Hell yeah, and Drew Brees clowned at the end of the Minnesota game. Yep. Thanks to Mr. Marcus Williams for I don't know, man. They had to pay that nigga, dog. I don't see it, dog. How this nigga, dog?
Is the truth. People gonna see the shit after he retired. There's people that know he's good, but they don't understand how great he is. This motherfucker's 5'9", 5'10".
5'10", 5'11", dog. I was watching him play at Purdue when he took Purdue to the Rose Bowl. They ain't sniffed that bitch since.
Yep.
They ain't sniffed it since. His accuracy, his timing, and people really don't know about being 5'10" or 5'11" and actually playing the quarterback position. That's hard.
Hard as fuck.
You can't see over the line, man. Yeah, you need lanes, windows.
It's hard being 6'2" and playing quarterback in the Days League.
I feel sorry for Russell. I feel sorry for Russell Wilson and the fact that the Seahawks only just now finally started putting the offensive line together because they didn't care about the offensive line all these years. They didn't.
Because of him. Because of him and Marshawn Lynch.
They have black boy that can run.
He doing the most with the least.
Yep. But that's
how. Go ahead.
That's how it always is, man. Do you imagine
black quarterbacks?
You know, I think the potentially the greatest black quarterback was Randall Cunningham. I love Randall Cunningham, motherfucking ass.
Yeah, especially when he stopped doing that dumb shit and stopped getting injured. You know, that motherfucker was the truth.
Oh, when he took the Vikings to the conference, they should have went to the Super Bowl.
Oh, look here, man. I'm a Lions.
What I can't believe, man. Still,
look, I'm a Lions. Look, dog. I'm a Lions fan, but I love that fucking Vikings
98
team,
Minnesota
bro.
Vikings.
Man, Randall Cunningham was him, Randy Moss, Chris Carter, Robert Smith. Man, that team was, man, how did they lose? Man, that kicker, man. He what was it, Morton Anderson? Was that the kicker?
Yeah.
He goes to kick the ball, nigga. The announcer, like, I remember this. I'm a kid. He goes to kick the ball. Well, Morton Anderson hasn't missed a kick in 20,000 years.
Yeah, I know.
This motherfucker kicked this bitch and then missed. I looked at my daddy. I said, "What the fuck is this shit?"
But you know what's crazy? Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
But then, no, go ahead. But then, you know, the Falcons, and it was the worst fucking Super Bowl I still can remember. That shit was equally as bad as that shit that went down with Seattle and Denver. But go ahead.
The most disturbing thing for 1998 as a Cowboys fans was the fact that fucking Jerry Jones drafted Greg Ellis over Randy Moss. Fucking, we wanted to kill that motherfucker. Could you imagine Michael Irvin and Randy Moss on the same squad, nigga?
Yeah, they was listening to that bullshit they was going through in Virginia. If y'all haven't seen it, it's called Rand University. Right. It talks about everything that Randy Moss went through. They was mad because Randy Moss wouldn't go play at West Virginia. That's when all the shit started at, because he had got in trouble. Right. He wasn't no major shit, but they was mad that he didn't want to go to West Virginia.
But I just think about Michael Irvin, probably the greatest possession receiver ever, and fucking Randy Moss, who nobody could fuck with.
A lot of people passed up on Randy Moss.
I know.
He went like, what, 20-something?
Yeah. And he wanted to come to the Cowboys, and that's why he gave the Cowboys the business every time they played.
And they come on, Jerry told him I had a limo waiting outside for you and everything.
He said, I had a dick sucking holes and everything waiting for you. And that
nigga was the truth, dog. That motherfucker was a phenom when he came. His nuts stayed on top of niggas' face masks and heads.
Yep.
It wasn't a nigga in the NFC North that didn't get no business from Randy Moss that year. Wasn't a nigga that did.
Sure, question, CJ. Detroit Lions worst, the worst quarterbacks, man. Who do you think? Do you think it's Joey Harrington, Eric Kramer, Scott Mitchell?
Eric Kramer
had his moments. Yeah.
Eric Kramer, he came from Chicago. He took them niggas to their only playoff win, and they got rid of him for Scott Mitchell bum ass. You got Charlie Biatch. You got Rodney bitch ass Pete. Hey,
Charlie Batch.
Charlie Biatch. We don't call him Charlie Batch. Charlie Biatch.
Andre Ware. You guys drafted Andre Ware.
I always wanted.
But look here, man, and that's why I tell people about Matthew Stafford, dog. The odds Matthew Stafford is supposed to be dead right now. He's supposed to be retired and critical.
Hey, that's a down Texas boy right
he came to an 0-16 team. They said, well, he didn't win. This nigga got some of the most dumbest fucking owners in the fucking fours of all time. How did he survive? This motherfucker got to be the white Luke Cage, dog.
He got talent.
He got to be the white Luke Cage.
He got talent.
So what?
He has talent.
That's the only reason. Hey, look, that's the only reason he survived
in high school. That motherfucker.
He grew up on. Look. He grew up in Highland Park in Texas.
He grew up mega weird.
The last quarterback to win the championship was Bobby Lane with the Lions. Yeah, Matthew Stafford stayed on the same block as Bobby Lane. He stayed on the same block as him.
Right. Dog, if you've ever been to Highland Park, the average house at Highland Park is like $7 million. Highland Park is it's one of the richest communities in the country. And when you drive through there, it's all trees on the streets. And if you're going up in there, you're going to see the wealthiest people in town, because that's where they're at, right there in Highland Park. So Matthew Stafford comes from money, but that talent comes from Texas. That talent.
And then look, he went from being this to drop back. This nigga mobile now. Most people don't even know he mobile. Yeah. That motherfucker be running in because we ain't got no line. Put shit around him. People talking about, Calvin Johnson, man. I said, nah. Calvin Johnson, great receiver. I told you when Calvin got out the way, Stafford was gonna start killing it, and he did. It's just that they gonna get this nigga a running game.
That's what I've been saying forever, man. For Matt Stafford, like, why would they invest into a running back who knows how to find holes and actually get yards after contact?
What they did last year when
Cowboys to see
And what they did last year was they got the line together, and it was a couple. And then this year they finished get the line. They got the running back. So for the Lions, it's always third and short, and then the red zone. They can't run the ball, so this nigga got to throw it in double and triple coverage and shit. Man, nigga, old boy special, dog. Yeah, old boy special, and I be telling people that.
But
he's special. Joey Harrington bitched out by this point.
Because I've been alive, never been consistent in building great teams, man. I remember Wayne Fonts. Yeah, I couldn't understand why Barry Sanders had the greatest coach ever.
The Detroit Lions, greatest coach ever.
And then they never fucking got a quarterback. They had Pyramid. They had Herman Moore. You had Barry. Get the fucking quarterback. You had Lomas Brown. You had all these dudes blocking and catching. The Lions don't want to spend no money. They don't want to complete the fucking puzzle.
Barry Sanders got mad at the Detroit Lions because he didn't man, they're not trying to win a championship though.
No, he didn't get mad at just the line. He got mad at Matt Millen bum ass. He knew Matt Millen didn't know shit about the job.
You know what? Matt Millen. You know what's so crazy? But I used to tell people, I used to tell man, what if you put Barry Sanders on a 92, all of 90 Cowboys teams with that offensive line instead of Emmitt Smith's slow ass?
Man, that motherfucker be a beast.
You talking about 20,000 fucking yards plus?
Yep. Because he had multiple 2,000-yard seasons.
Jacob Sauber said, what happened to Richard Sherman? He with the 49ers. Now, hold on. Did y'all hear this shit before we get off, man? They got Jimmy Garoppolo as the favorite to win the MVP this year. Like, he good. I like Jimmy Guap.
He's never lost the regular since he never lost the regular.
Get the fuck out of here. Niggas wasn't preparing for the 49ers. Now they prepared for that ass now. Let's see.
I want to see how he looks now the teams have got some type of a book on him now.
They got? What's the little motherfucker they got that could? What's this little motherfucker they got from Buffalo who couldn't catch shit in Buffalo?
Oh, Lee.
What's that motherfucking name, man? Start with an M. He's Marquise Goodwin. Marquise Goodwin.
Okay.
Him and Marquise Goodwin was killing it last year. Cause I used to get Jimmy Garoppolo and FanDuel, man.
Hey, Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm telling you, Jimmy Garoppolo could read. He reads the defenses real quick. He looks like. I'm telling you, he shows signs of being a Brady, man. I'm just telling you. Don't be surprised if he just really is the truth. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Don't be surprised if the Patriots. I've been saying it. The Patriots gonna regret the day they traded Jimmy Garoppolo.
They already regret that bitch. They regretted that bitch when them niggas was on the 6-game winning streak. Oh, don't forget, before we hop off, we got the new college page. We started Meet Cali and Big Cool for Colossal Sports, and it's in the description, or you can hit the eye on your screen and take you straight there. And please subscribe. Cali already dropped a video on there. We're gonna be dropping videos, and then once a week we're gonna get on there and talk state of college football and college basketball as well. If you click the eye on your screen, or you click the link in the description, it's right there. It's the first link in the description. So please support us and our endeavors on doing that. You won't be sorry because you're going to have several different perspectives on that channel, though. Anything else y'all want to say before we hop off?
Let me
I'll
say
come back
on
and invite both of y'all.
Yeah, let me say this real quick.
And I'll talk to them after. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, I'm going to be discussing recruiting classes, what's going on, some of the top recruits in the nation, and see where they're heading. You know what I mean? Because right now what you got is all these little events going on, like camps and stuff like this. Lots of camps for the top players in the country. And just so you got the camps for some of the kids who aren't as known, who aren't really rated yet. But a lot of these kids that's where they get. That's how they get known, by going to these camps, travel around the country, going to these camps, showing out in front of the coaches and things of that nature, learn a little bit, adding to their game. And then so what happens a lot of times is sometimes you'll have kids that aren't known, and they'll go to these camps and they'll go through the drills. And all of a sudden, you'll see this kid will end up with like 30, 40 offers. Man, he won't be rated yet, but by the time he's rated, sometimes they'll rate him 3 stars because he's still unknown. But the kid will have an offer list of like Oklahoma, Alabama, Texas A&M, Michigan, Michigan State, you know what I mean, Florida State, Florida, it's, the top schools in the country. But he'll still be rated 3 stars. Usually I'm going to tell you, by a lot of the services, they usually rank off who have with the offer list. So I'm just going to tell you this right now, though. So we'll definitely give you updates on stuff like that. We'll check out the top recruits. We'll talk about Michigan. We'll talk about Texas A&M, Alabama, Auburn, USC, UCLA, schools around the country, Texas, and stuff like that, right? And we'll give you the updates on the recruiting classes. We'll tell you where the kids are going, and when kids make an announcement, we'll tell you where he's going. But just be aware, though, just because the kid makes an announcement early, don't mean he's going to stay there. So that's one of the part of the recruiting game, man.
Yep. Oh, Shane Mosey Jr. on the Contender.
Terrible, bro. And he probably gonna be on the zone. Watch. That's probably one of the 18 people that's 18 spots this time.
Marvin's crazy now. Motherfucker on that Marvin's.
Tell them where they can find you at, Cali, and tell them where they can find you at World Breaker Boxing.
Okay, you can find me at the Cali Enigma Boxing and Sports Network now. That's what I added sports to it because I just wanted to discuss more than just
sports. This nigga getting exquisite and exotic and shit.
So what else? And the Cali Enigma too. And you can also follow me at the Cali Enigma on Twitter and Instagram. Beverly Rose, thanks for following me on Twitter today. And yeah, that's where I'm at. I actually spend time on both Twitter and Instagram every day. And you can hit me up on both of those. Thanks for letting me come on your platform, brother.
Oh yeah. World Breaker Boxing, go ahead.
Hey, I appreciate you, Boxing Clinic, for inviting me on. I enjoy
anytime, my brother.
Our diatribe. Y'all can find me at World Breaker Fighting on YouTube, acting a plumb damn fool on these boxing subjects, mixed martial arts, Muay Thai, when I do get into that stuff, and just social anything. I'll talk about anything if people are willing. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'm thinking about getting a Facebook for the YouTube itself. But y'all can definitely find me on YouTube. Come on over, get a little Southern hospitality and a little comedy. But y'all have
I started on my channel on Facebook. 2 of them, matter of fact. One of them I gave it to somebody else and started another one. I had 10,000, 11,000 likes. I had about 7 before I started my YouTube. So that's definitely a platform that can help, and it's a little bit more flexible than Instagram and Twitter because you can upload your full videos and share them, to other groups and stuff of that nature. So
I just got to make it a page. That's what I
yeah. Make it a like page. That's what I do. I made it a like page, so you can have amens on there as well too. So that's how I got my start. And Cali Enigma, we need to get him 203 more subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed to the Cali Enigma, come on, let's go ahead and get him over 1,000. And they BSing on monetizations. So don't anybody that started the channel, don't be in a rush because it's a long line for monetizations. They said they should clear it up this week and start approving and disapproving channels. That's one thing. If you want to start a channel, you need to learn the community rules about monetization now. They have changed in the last couple of years. Definitely appreciate it. Shout out to the sister Beverly Rose. Y'all go subscribe to her as well. Shout out to No Name D Rose. Shout out to Eric Jenkins. Shout out to Magnetic Shamel. Thanks for following me back on Instagram. What up, Mars B? What's going on? Mike James Boxing. I know you was Texas James Boxing for a minute. So you turned back. Rod X, Quincy Panola. Everybody else who showed mad love in this boy. We're gonna come back later and do another live show. I think my dog ready to go outside. But yeah, man, don't forget. The new college sports page. The link is in the description. Support us over there. Definitely appreciate it. One time for the one time. Y'all know what it is. We're gone.